Is that it up there? Is this it?
I don't know, man. We're just gonna have to find out.
Whoa. Holy shit, dude.
Do.
What size shoes are those?
Just in the market for some skate shoes?
I like money.
Yeah.
I like money and I don't give a fuck.
You know how
so-
I don't mind kinks either. Like, if somebody's got a
Yeah.
weird kink, they're not harming anybody by me
No.
sending them my underwear. Like,
I'm not judging them at all. I'm helping them.
Wait, nuns don't work on Sunday, and turns around and shoots the nun.
oh, fuck. I shouldn't laugh at that. Mud kings.
I said, how tight can you really make it? I don't
Are
know.
we making another pegging joke here?
I've had itty bitty titties for a long time, and for a while there, I had legitty titties, and I'm starting to lose them.
Legit
Are you really?
titties.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I'm fucking proud of you, man. Good fucking job, dude. Welcome to Blue Skies from the Basement. My name is Austin. Joining me as fucking always is my best friend, the Savage Dad himself, Wes. And joining us as always is my beautiful, beautiful wife, Honesty. What's up?
Hey.
What's up, bro?
Whew. Okay, yeah. Hour late. My bad. It's all good. But we're good.
There's blame to go back and forth between the two of us.
Yeah, I probably could have started setting up a little sooner. You know?
I could have
And
been here a little sooner.
It's always something. There's always something that happens. There's always something that goes on. But we're here.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a good time. Welcome. And that's that's it.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, dude.
Welcome to the podcast.
Mm-hmm. Oh man. So my week was eventful. Pulled 2 12-hour shifts. So that was great. Getting home at 4 o'clock in the morning is always fun. I can get home at like 1:32 a.m. and then like stay up till 6.
Yeah.
But when I have to work until 4 o'clock, I'm like,
No.
I'm ready for bed. Like once I get home, I'm like,
Yeah.
no. And then the other night, I asked one of the like maintenance people that were there if they had a Cat 5 cable, and so they were like, yeah, I'm fucking swimming in it. They were like, here you go. So they gave me one, and I was like, cool. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna come home and like set up the other computer, make sure that the internet's running to it, like kind of set up the other stream like for it, and then I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah.
And like that's what I did. I was like ready to go to bed. Like I had been home for like maybe 30-40 minutes, and like that was my like winding down, and I was like, okay, I'm going to bed. Like, fuck this.
Let me put this together and then pass out.
Basically,
Yeah.
yeah. I was like, I'm just gonna do this as like my wind down, because like staring at the screen, I know it was gonna make me a little bit tired too. So like that's what I did. Like, yeah, I was tired, dude, super tired. And then like yesterday, running off a fucking hour of sleep basically, and then all I had to eat until like 7 o'clock at night was a 16-ounce Red Bull, 1.5 bananas, and a extra sweet tea from the gas station. Was all I had until like 7 o'clock, and then I had Dino Nuggies and mac and cheese.
Yeah. I got the
And then you
picture
fell
of
asleep on the couch.
I did. I passed out at like 9:30, dude. I
it's
was
like-
fucking out.
Babe, go to bed. Go lay down.
You're like a fucking 7-year-old. It's cute.
I should carry you.
You're like all day,
Good
like,
luck.
did you eat? Did you eat? Did you eat? And then you feed them like mac and cheese and Dino Nuggies, and they pass the fuck out.
Yeah, that's what happened. Seriously. Yeah, that was fun.
What else?
Okay, so with work being the way that it is, and then it's gonna change real soon, I'm like almost not about it, you know. I'm like, I'm not trying to deal with this extra bullshit when I know that the job's gonna be done here in like the next 2 weeks type
Yeah.
shit. I'm like, why does there have to be extra shit now?
You got like senioritis on the job, like.
And I'm the person that's been there the least probably out of all the people that have been there. Like I've probably spent the least amount of time there, maybe. The one other kid that's there, he started the project. I don't know how long he was there, but then he was gone, and then he came back, and then he was gone, and then he came back. So, like, I'm sure that he's been there longer than I have, just in general. But I've been there consecutively, you know, for a while, like, longer than him. So,
Yeah, you've got a streak going.
yeah. And speaking of him, do people ever say things to you and you just kind of, like, you know it shouldn't bother you, but you, like, take it the wrong, like, it just does something to you where you just, like, take it the wrong way?
Yeah, all the time.
So
Yeah.
so we were sitting there in the elevator, and you know the other kid, he's like 21, like you know, and you know I got my foreman who's like, I think he's about to turn 40.
Yeah.
So the kid is like, hey man, what size shoes are those? Like to me, I'm like 10 and a half. I'm like, why? And he's like, I don't know, I was in the market for some new boots. I was like, what? He was like, you better watch yourself in the parking lot. I was like, boy, you better bring the fucking heat. And
What the fuck?
my foreman goes, I got my money on the kid.
Yeah.
And like says his name. And like that just hit me the wrong way. Like I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, I would knock this fucking kid out. I was like, no. But and like I know that he was just like instigating shit and just like it really shouldn't have bothered me, but it did.
It worked.
It did.
Yeah.
It totally did. Now I didn't show them any of that. I didn't really like say anything like to
Why
make
am I
them
just
think
now
that.
getting the notification?
I don't know. That's weird.
Mine's slow.
I gotta make sure I gotta turn my phone on.
No, I've definitely had that happen before. Similarly, where somebody was like, "You couldn't beat this person up," and it was like, "Well, maybe you're right, but that's still like, don't say that. That hurts my ego."
That's like the male masculinity thing where you're like, oh, you don't think that I can beat somebody up, and you're like, yes, I can.
I'm already self-conscious about it anyway.
I know,
Yeah,
me
so it's
too.
like, don't say that shit.
You gotta be like, as a man in a man's world, you gotta be a fucking like masculine, like dude, you know, like you gotta. What? Somebody's getting comfortable.
Getting the guns out.
He said, "Yeah, I can beat somebody up." What you mean? I got this.
Speaking of masculine, no, just
Speaking
kidding.
of masculinity, I'm just gonna sit like this for the rest of the podcast.
The bathroom's that way.
Oh, jeez.
Stupid.
We're gonna watch some TikToks. They're over there. But no, seriously, like that's how it is in like
how it feels.
in our world, like around other males, like
Yeah.
that's what it's like. Like you have to like.
If you don't talk like that with them either, then you're not like part of their group either. So like you gotta play around a little bit, and then you end up getting stepped on.
I mean, eventually, like
Yeah.
there's always gonna be somebody that can beat you up, no matter who you are. There's always gonna be somebody that can beat you up for
That's why
sure.
I'm a pacifist.
But like, it's just this thing where you just have to act tough. You just gotta like act like you're tough, just like all the time. I don't necessarily like it, but I mean that's just the way the fucking world is.
I just don't play the game anymore.
Yeah, I know, babe.
Change
Yeah,
I
I don't play the game anymore. I'm me.
I don't. I mean,
I don't hang out with those types of dudes anymore, like, except for like you. But you're not like that.
no,
Like,
no. And these are
no.
people I work with. These aren't people
Yeah.
that like my friends don't act like that.
Exactly.
Like our friends, because most of my
I work
friends
with
are your
like
friends
a
too.
50-year-old woman, like in an embroidery. I work with sewing machines.
She just comes up to you one day like, I will beat the fuck out of you. I just want you to know that.
What size shoes are those?
Just in the market for some skate shoes.
Yeah.
Just like, what, you think just because I'm old I can't skate?
She would. She's like backwoods, like a hauler, like confident, strong-willed. Like she'd kick my ass. For
Oh
sure.
yeah, for sure.
I mean, she's brittle, but she'd get a few good hits in. Don't listen to this, Connie. I told her about the show, and I was like, "It's not for you."
It's not for you. I love it like when certain people like ask me about it and I'm like, yeah, it's just not. You wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
Like they're like, so like I've been hearing that like you're the guy that podcasts. I'm like, yeah, don't ask me about it. You don't want to know. You're not gonna be a part of it.
I'm waiting to get fired because of it. Like,
And
I'll be happy. Yeah.
Low key, yeah, maybe. I've been really good about not giving away like specifics and stuff. But,
No,
like,
but I've had to bleep out some names, and even then,
Yeah.
it's like I should bleep out whole segments of things.
yeah. So I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
like I'm always under the feeling that like I'll fucking figure it out regardless.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you know, like
I'll be fine. I'll be happy, actually.
I'll get another job. Like we'll fucking make it work. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Am I gonna force it? No, I'm not gonna do anything stupid to like lose my job. Chill out, babe. Don't fucking.
I was just gonna say like we're lucky that like my boss is cool. Like I'm not gonna get fired.
Who's your boss?
Amelia? Or herself?
Oh,
Yeah.
yourself? Oh,
One of the
okay.
two.
I was gonna say like
Those are your
I know
options.
it's not me. I'm not the boss here.
Yeah, I'm like a girl boss. You know, like we just, no, I'm just kidding.
Boss,
I'm a stay-at-home mom.
There's I don't know if there's a way to get it now, but there was a female comedian, Jamie Loftus, that was doing the show called Girl Whom Is Boss, and it's fucking fantastic. If you can find it online somewhere, you would
Alright.
like it a lot.
I'll check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I got my laptop
Or-
that I
Oh,
stole from him.
Just check out Jamie Loftus in general. She's hilarious.
She didn't steal it from me. I gave it to her.
Oh yeah.
Well, I said I want a laptop. He said, well, we've had one in the closet this whole time. You could have been using this whole time. I'm like, oh.
I told her that forever
Well, I didn't
ago,
listen then.
and she said,
I remember
She-
when you guys were moving over to this apartment, we were switching the podcast equipment around. It was like,
Yeah.
I'm going to give her this laptop.
yeah, and I
Yeah.
told her that, and she was like, well, then I want you to take the stickers off of it because I don't want it to be like yours. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay. And she's like, no, I just want my own. And I was just like, all right, like we'll get you your own laptop, whatever. And then
Which I still do.
the
but
conversation just kind of dropped from there. And
Yeah.
like now we can't really afford to go and buy like a $600 laptop or anything like that. I mean, maybe, who knows?
you
Get a
wanna-
Chromebook for like $200, which I don't
I
necessarily.
mean, that's a fucking pro book.
I mean it's working fine now.
Yeah.
I'm talking about when I go back to school, but that's like a later conversation.
Yeah. Anyways, so then like when I told her about it again,
Dick.
and I was like, "Do you want me to take the?" I didn't mean it like that. Shut up, Jesus Christ! Don't make me seem bad. I'm not the bad one.
I didn't
You do it all by yourself.
What did I do in that? In that's how was I a dick?
I'm just playing. Don't get upset about it.
Anyways,
Sorry, I'm pushing buttons tonight. This is coffee.
I told her I was like, "We got Goog on. Like, I'll take the stickers off for you." And she was like, "No, it's okay." and I was like,
gone.
"But yeah, now she has her own laptop."
Yeah.
But that was our original, podcasting laptop
I remember.
that we started this out on, and now we're on a full, setup and got all that running.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, life's good, man.
What if she starts a podcast on that laptop without us, and then it gets like 500 followers in the first week?
I don't think she knows that like
It would be epic if you did that.
I don't know about podcasting, but like Twitch wise,
Oh yeah.
like if you were to start a Twitch, like you would get followers. I'm not gonna say why.
Why? Is it the same reason of the
Yes.
$5?
Oh,
A lot of that.
yes.
There's a few women on Twitch that I follow just to like help support out, and I enjoy their streams. But you see a lot of people in the chat are just thirsty dudes. Like,
Yeah.
they're not necessarily. They're there for the gaming and because they're thirsty.
Oh, even Sandy, who won the
Yeah. I'm
the
sure it's a thing that they
tapestry?
deal with constantly. Yeah.
She said that she's had people that have come into her stream and like supported it and everything was cool, and then one day just like was like asked her to send nudes and she was like no, and then they just like completely fell off.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
I was like, are you fucking serious?
That's
That's
crazy.
when I would also have like a premium Snapchat, like for those
Oh, yeah.
guys.
Mm-hmm.
Like either support me here and like you're a nice guy, but if you do, like if that's what you're trying to see, like you're gonna pay for it. Like I'm not gonna just send you nudes. Like you're gonna pay good money.
Well,
for
like
my
I'm sure that
nudes.
they like sub to her and will like donate and shit like that. Like I'm sure that that's a thing. Like, which I mean, I don't know. I'd make them pay more than just for like a sub.
Yeah.
Like that's
what I'm saying.
$6.
Like, here's my OnlyFans. Like you want to see that? Like
Here you go.
this is not the place for that, but this is.
I've been reading up a lot on this lately, and also listening to like podcasts that talk about it, like Asa Akira's Pornhub podcast, or like Your Mom's House recently got an email from somebody who sells their underwear, and they also will sell COVID masks that they wear inside their underwear, or like they'll go pee and then wipe with the mask and then immediately like vacuum seal that and then send it to somebody. And then for $40 a pop, dudes will wear like your pee mask around as their COVID mask and just smell your cooch all day. But she's making $40K a year on just doing that. So, and her husband thinks it's like hilarious, obviously weird. Like,
I think it's weird, but if my wife started doing that, I'm buying the baggies. Like, I will help you vacuum seal them up. Like,
what was that product that you would see like infomercials on for like in the early 2000s where you could vacuum seal your food easily? Like it was a kitchen countertop thing.
Yeah.
Listen, one of my family members has it. I'll be like, yeah, I really just need to start like storing my food better, and they'll be like, okay.
No. What's that? There's the one company, stamps.com. I would, dude, and because you get the scale, for free.
I've almost signed up for that just for the scale.
We would buy the fucking baggies. I would buy a one of those printers to print out the labels and shit. Dude, oh man, oh yeah, we'd be taking boxes of shit to the post office.
Well, let's look into
and be
it.
dumping. I've been trying to get you in on this.
I'm trying to get Crystal on it too.
I would 100% do that.
Seriously, let's fucking do it.
Socks, panties, masks,
anything, dude.
Yeah.
Why not? I like money.
Yeah.
I like money and I don't give a fuck.
You know how
I don't mind kinks either. Like if somebody's got a weird kink, they're not harming anybody by me sending them my underwear. Like
I'm not judging them at all. I'm helping them.
Yeah. I think I've said this before, but like the whole Susan thing that she does.
Yeah.
That you could send those.
We don't need to talk about
that's
that. Like I don't
already
understand.
know.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying that's also another thing.
Okay, but and then you just said it again. Like I don't understand.
Okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
We'll drop it.
Anyways. Oh, if you would have made that into my wine, I would have been so mad. Don't do it. I mean, you can try. Oh, that would have gone. That would have gone straight in. I would have been so salty. No, you're not making it into my wine. Stop.
Are you gonna whine about it?
Yes, I am.
Shit. How was your week? Because mine's long. If we're doing weeks.
Mine was very boring. I didn't do anything. I just stayed home.
Yeah. How's Amelia doing? Being Amelia.
Yeah, she's just getting bigger. I don't know, just being ornery, and we just sit here and watch TV and play with toys and eat lunch and take a nap and then do it all again the next day.
So you could keep yourself busy with finding like fun ways to soil your underwear and send it to people.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. My week was similarly frustrating with work as always. I'm not working overtime anymore because we slowed down. Yeah. But the issue now is that they're just they're dumb. They're fucking stupid. Like the company was not doing well before the pandemic, and then the pandemic happened. We're doing even worse, and then they like divorced the sister company that's in the same building with us, and now they're having like dick measuring contests over like who gets what equipment and what part of the building and when we have to be out of parts of the building and shit like that. So like we're moving warehouses in the middle of still trying to produce things for customers, which isn't ideal. We have like
so they're gonna like ship half of it like back to you, you know, or are you gonna ship half of it to somebody else to finish it off in the other side of the fucking warehouse?
No. So the company that we had as the sister company was like a tie-dyeing thing. That's like over the summer when I was doing that, when Aries was slow, I worked for Dynamite, which was tie-dyeing. But they're kicking us out of that half of the building and taking it over. And we have like 10 people on production staff, and we used to have like 30. Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
But the issue now that made this week hell was that they got rid of the overseas art team that we had that was doing like a decent job, but because they're overseas and there's a bit of a language barrier, there's like we would get rejected art constantly that would need fixes because they just didn't understand notes, and the people that are writing the notes aren't writing them smart. Like they're just being lazy and stupid. So we have a new art team that supposedly like paid the $2,000 to get trained in the embroidery software that to create the art, and they don't know what the fuck they're doing at all.
Oh, great.
So me, who I was taught by my grandmother like 10 years ago in a different software how to digitize, like secondhand from somebody who was taught. this is a completely different program 10 years later that I've self-taught, like for the most part, how to fix things on my own, that I'm now over Zoom teaching people in India how to use software that they already paid money to learn how to use but don't know how to use at all. And like I'm on this shitty company provided laptop, so I'll have the volume turned all the way up, but I still can't hear them. So I'm leaned into the laptop like this, like fucking deep into the laptop with my ear into it. Like I can't hear you guys. Can you hear me? As I'm trying to like with my mouse digitize this fucking logo and show them how to do it. It's hell. And I don't know why I'm in the position of doing that, but I am.
I'm so sorry.
I never wanted to be like manager or lead or the head artist or like in charge of people under me. I was just supposed to like come in and run a machine and clock out.
Yeah.
And then everything went to fucking shit. The company's like sinking. This art team doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. So now it's like art that was due for jobs to be shipped out the door is like there's jobs in there from the 24th of this month that should have already been out the door that the art's not created yet. And I've just been having to go through and make it myself to catch it up and then have a Zoom meeting at 11:30 at night because for them it's 8 in the morning and they're starting their day. And I'm like, oh, and on top of all that, the guy that I'm talking to over Zoom that's like I'm showing how to digitize, he's not even the one that digitizes. He's just the head of that team. He records it and then explains it to his team.
Dude.
So I'm about ready to quit is where I'm. And that's why earlier when I was like, if my job fires me because of the podcast, good. Like, I'm done. Fuck those people.
Maybe you should start selling socks and underwear.
I was thinking about it. I was gonna. There's some people watching us. I see the chat going off a little bit. What's up, chat? We'll quit, motherfucker.
Apollo's going off right now.
There's a little bit of delay, so he'll see us crack up to that. But Apollo's been telling me to leave my job ever since he found out about the podcast. He's like, "What are you doing? Fucking boost up." I'm like, "Well, I've got 2 kids and a wife. Like,
I know that's
them.
the only thing that keeps me from quitting my job and becoming a full-time streamer / podcaster. So
yeah,
there's that.
I keep telling him like, pay my bills and I'll quit. Like,
get enough revenue to pay my bills and for me to have health insurance for my whole family. All right, I'll quit my job.
Yeah,
and dental.
Well, yeah. Sorry.
All of the insurance.
I can cover all of my bills and cover all of insurance and buy groceries. Basically, give me enough money every single month that I can live off of that with everything included, and I'll quit my job. But until then, I mean, I don't know. If I started making like enough revenue off of like the podcast and streaming and stuff, I might quit my job and go get an easier job. Yeah. Like something to where like I could only work like maybe 3 days a week or something like that and just make like some extra money.
I told my manager Friday, who like I'm kind of close with now, like where I can have like emotional conversations with her because I've like broken down in front of her a couple times now.
And gone off on her.
You've
been on the whole spectrum.
I've gone off on her on behalf of somebody who works under me. But I told her Friday, like, I've worked at Walmart and Speedway where I would get robbed, like, occasionally, and this place is crazier. I would work at Speedway if this podcast and, like, streaming and shit like that could support, like, the necessities, and I just needed, like, extra money. I would go get robbed at Speedway.
Yeah. They'd be like, give me all the money in the cash register. You're like, fucking sure, dude.
This is way better than working
at go.
Money.
Way
like,
better than working at ...
Give a shit. Take all the money that you want.
Like, can I keep like 100 of it? Like, can you just like drop $100 when you're
right?
Mm-hmm.
People would hate you because you'd walk into work happy as fuck every day because you don't give a shit. You're like, I do podcasting basically for a living. I really don't give a fuck about this job. You're like, I come in for 3 days and then I go home and do exactly what the fuck I want to do with my life. So like,
Don't you guys think that's like the coolest energy to have though? Where like you just don't give a like. I want to be friends with everybody who just walks into a place and is just like they don't give a fuck. Like
I'd walk in there so happy. I'd walk into work happy every day if like that was like my mindset on it. You know, people would hate me. They'd be like, oh man, there's fucking Austin over there. Why do you have such a problem with Austin? He's just so fucking happy all the time. Like, fuck that dude.
It's like those hedge fund kids who just don't know the world. Like,
there was one TikTok that I've been seeing out there where like a dude's fucking with a dude that works at a hedge fund, and he's like, oh, he's like, you gotta go down to one summer home instead of two.
You couldn't take your jumbo jet.
He was like, if you don't work at a hedge fund, you know, it's all funny, haha. But if you work at a hedge fund, it's not fun.
A hedgehog fund?
Hedgehog fund. Do they call it Sonic?
No.
But
Dad jokes.
Dad joke. Somebody asked for a dad joke the other day in the stream, and I was like, I can't just think of one off the top of my head. I'm like, it just comes to you. It doesn't.
I'm proud of my streaming dad joke that I posted in the Discord.
That was hilarious. I don't think my wife knows about it. I didn't show her.
No, I tweeted gamers on Twitch. That was a pretty solid stream. Me peeing. Same. Chat. What I was gonna say earlier is hi. We will get to you towards the end of the episode. I don't know how long we're gonna record because we started kind of late, but we got TikToks to go through, and I just got a couple small things that I wanted to talk about.
So yeah, speaking of TikToks and not paying attention to chat at all.
Sup, chat?
We're gonna go to our TikToks now. And I'm actually going to double check and make sure that the audio from that is going to come through. Because I don't know if it is. But
we didn't test it.
No, I did not test the audio. But I'm pretty sure that it's going to go through. I don't know. Let's see if our first TikTok comes through. Yep.
You make my heartbeat skip when you call me babe. Woo woo! And thank the universe that you were made. Woo woo! Although I love your face because it's gorgeous as can be, there is one thing I ask of you that I would like to see. Show me that big, beautiful butthole. Butthole. It's like a little round window right into your soul. Your butthole. I so wish to enter the chasm and explore the wonders of what is inside.
Oh my god.
So trust me when I say I love looking into your singular tiny brown eye.
I shouldn't say this, but my kids would love that song. That'd be their favorite song.
Anybody that's a long time listener of the podcast knows why that's fucking funny.
Also, if you've never heard the song Show Me Your Booty Hole by Seosin, you should listen to that.
Oh my god, Wes, you're gonna find this one so fucking funny, dude.
Did you pick out that other one?
Yeah, that was mine. Okay. That one was mine. This one's mine too.
God damn it.
Oh jeez.
Scott, my man. Thank you for the fucking $1, bro. Sheesh. Thank you, dude.
Hey, Steve. My wife recently passed away.
Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that, bro.
She used to coach special ed soccer. So while she was on her deathbed, I put your stream on. She died doing what she loved. Watching special needs people struggle.
He was so excited about it.
Oh god, that shit was hilarious, dude.
Sub Slick Stevie.
I think this one's mine too. To be honest with you.
You think so?
I think so. It is.
Oh, you're washing my dishes. Sorry. There's actually more yellow under there. Can you grab some? Yeah, I guess.
Who says nuns don't have fun? Look at them wearing their COVID masks.
I think that's why I did this, because I was like, this is none fun. And that sounded fun to me. I want to have none fun. Or it was like
None fun. Okay.
None fun.
Maybe, baby.
I've been seeing that meme out there where it's like 80s
God.
detective shows were like really great, you know, and it was like the dude, there's like a nun on a ladder behind him, and he's like, wait, nuns don't work on Sunday, and turns around and shoots the nun.
That's terrible.
Oh, it is terrible.
So is Catholicism.
Okay, going into my wife's TikToks now.
Just jokes, folks.
Textile mills had workers as young as 3. Child labor. From Birmingham jail, MLK wrote a letter. Unjust laws he would not obey. He would not obey. Dred Scott.
Dred Scott, what the fuck?
The second protects your guns. Privacy is guaranteed by 9, at least according to Justice Douglas. What do you guys think? Blue Album or Pinkerton?
Also Pinkerton.
I don't know. I would like to have him as my history teacher. I'm just saying, like, that would have been cool as fuck. Not
So-
gonna lie.
My high school, every year they did a teacher talent show the last day before winter break. And one year all the teachers got together. Well, not all the teachers, but like 5 of the teachers got together to and they covered the sweater song.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then they would do songs every year. They did We Got the Beat one year. So it wasn't always Weezer. But that just like hit close to home for me. I was like, yeah, that is 100% something my teachers would have done.
Yeah. I
Hell
wish my
yeah.
teachers were that fucking cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. All right, next one.
I just had one teacher before you play this. I had my psych teacher. Sorry, my psych teacher was also the wrestling coach and also like an amateur MMA fighter. And the coolest thing that ever happened was he choked out a bully in class one time.
That's awesome.
He convinced him like, "Hey, let me choke you out," while he was like kind of being a dick in class.
And the bully was like, yeah, you're not gonna be able to do
And then he
it.
walked up to the front of the class and got choked out.
Did he do like the arm thing?
Yeah, like the armor. Yeah, he fully like arm above the head, arm under the neck. Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, you're gonna pass out.
Yeah.
And that dude was probably
He
like, you're
caught
not.
him and just let him down, and then we all just laughed, and it was great.
How long did it take for him to get back up?
It was just like 3 seconds at most. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah,
Okay.
He just passed out for a second and then
Oh,
back up. Yeah.
I was hoping he left him there for a little bit longer.
No big deal. Just a teacher choking out a student.
I was hoping he left him there for a little bit longer, but you know.
Shout out Pickerington.
We had a full lockdown for because somebody stole somebody else's Jordans.
Oh no.
Oh
Because we had dance class because we were an arts school,
Yeah.
and so you had to leave your shoes like in the cubbies like outside of the dance class. Well, somebody stole somebody's Jordans, and so we had to go on a whole school-wide lockdown until whoever like gave them back.
Gotta find the Jordans, though,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. And then we also went on lockdowns a few times because people would try and steal like the class set of like iPads, like one of them,
Yeah.
and they would have to check like your bag to let you leave. Like,
Oh.
good thing I kept my weed in my car. But
Yeah.
yeah, that was that. We never like if a teacher would have done that, they would have called the cops on the teacher probably.
Yeah.
Like that's my school is soft.
It was cool, but not cool in the same ways that mine was cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you looking for, dude? Austin disappeared trying to find something.
I don't even know what's up there.
I don't know what he's trying to get. Oh, he saw mine, and I didn't even face mine out for the stream. Let me face it out for the stream. Oh, wait. Mirrors are hard, guys. Allegedly. Yeah, there you go.
I don't know where my normal one is that I usually use. We just figure it out. I don't know
Yeah.
what happened to that one. I don't know where it's at.
Watch some letter
Probably
Kenny,
over the
y'all.
baby monitor.
It was in the drawer, but now it's not in the drawer anymore. All the other ones are in there. All the off ones are in there. But hey, fucking get this guy at Peppers.
Yeah, I had the teacher that would online chat with people inappropriately that didn't get caught while I was there, but eventually got popped later. And then we had the teacher that was like the cool math teacher that smoked weed in the parking lot that everybody knew about. And then we had the MMA guy who had like the cauliflower ears and would choke students out in the middle of class.
Cool.
It was awesome.
Cool.
And that was like the better of the schools in Pickerington too, supposedly, like North versus Central. Yeah. Well, you guys lit vans on fire.
You had heroin in your school. I don't want to fucking hear it, okay?
Okay, but
there was a 7th grader that got caught with like a pound of weed in his locker, okay?
Hey, that was a cool ass 7th grader.
Yeah, I guess so. We just would like do acid and then like go to school like a few hours after. Like,
well, the dude.
Well, I mean, by we, I mean I did that. I don't know about all the other kids, but
To be honest with you, I think the dude who set the vans on fire at my school was probably on acid at the time. To be honest with you,
I had a senior when I was a freshman turn to me in health class and stick out her tongue and with a tab of acid on the tip of it, and then turn back around, and I'm just like, what? Teacher didn't notice. Half an hour later, she's vomiting in the garbage can next to the door to enter the classroom.
I bet.
Yeah.
Did she stay?
Yeah, she stayed. She
People-
just vomited, went to the nurse, and then came back like oddly, like she said she was going to the nurse. And then what was that? My hand went full.
She's going to the nurse.
She says she was going to the
I
nurse.
went raptor claw. I'm like, fucking raptor princess over here. Anyway, she came back like way faster than like if you'd gone to the nurse and thrown up and been on acid, the nurse would have been like, you're to stay here for a minute, even if she didn't realize you were on acid. But no, she came back in like 5 minutes and just sat back down and didn't say anything. Shout out Sarah, you were the fucking best.
That's fucking awesome. Hell yeah. All right, next TikTok. Here we go.
If anybody has any question if this is my daughter or not, let me show you how I can guarantee that she's my daughter. Look at her as a pothead. She looks just like me.
First of all, that dude's stoned as fuck right now.
Don't let CPS see the video, but I support it.
That's funny. Don't let CPS see the photo. See the video.
Or the photos.
There wasn't a photo. Oh, jeez, I'm scared.
I'm curious.
Me too.
People think that BDSM stands for like bondage and domination and sadomasochism.
Yeah.
But it actually just stands for having a bad dad and a sad mom.
Oh, fuck. I shouldn't laugh at that. This podcast just proves over and over again that I'm terrible.
I don't think you're terrible, Wes.
I just find the wrong things funny. Oh, man. Oh, shit. That was awesome.
Whew.
I'll leave my wife out of it.
Oh,
What's up,
man.
babe?
Are you drinking beer and coffee at the same time?
Yeah. It's pretty tasty.
You're fucked. You were just straight fucked, dude. I mean, I get it. I just had wine before having an IPA, but what?
It's actually, like, going together really well.
No, it's not.
It actually really is.
No, it's not.
I promise you.
Fuck, it's not.
I promise you.
Whatever's going on in your mouth might be okay, but what's going on in your body is not by any means.
I come to you on this day, my fellow Americans, to tell you. Anyway. I'm not gonna do a whole speech. Fuck you. Don't leave me like that.
I thought you were, actually. I was going to, but I was just making a joke in between.
Let's do TikToks.
Yo,
Chat?
this is the last one, I think, and this one's mine, too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I have this really cool ability to create inconvenience. Bro, I'm gonna stop you right there. Did you just say you could create inconvenience? Boy, if that ain't the stupidest power I ever heard in my life. Ow. I had a rock in my shoe. That was weird. Dumbass power. Like, what you gonna do? Stop some... Oh, fuck. Bro, why is there not a rock in my shoe?
What?
Yeah, like I was saying, I thought you could have some like super strength, but no, you gotta have some stupid ass. Fuck! Why is there?
Fudge.
TikTok.
I feel like I got shit. Please, God, no. That sounds really inconvenient.
Inconvenient.
No.
Wow.
What gets me is he makes them up like
I like it.
I laughed so hard the first
You're laughing pretty hard the second time too, bro. You're laughing so hard I can't hear you. Hell yeah.
He said,
Man, I wish I had my fucking soundboard. I had a drop for this.
I'm crying.
TikToks were good this week. I mean, they're always good, but
They would have been better if I could have shown all of them.
yeah,
Some people, all of the listeners missed out.
they did. You can blame Twitch for a lot of that. YouTube's a lot more lax.
Now, how will everybody know what the top 10 best songs to gallop to by Taylor Swift are?
Here's the thing. We should still do episodes where we do that type of thing. And we can if we just release them as audio and on the YouTube as audio. We can also record them, but we just can't stream them. So like
so if you want to do that, save them up for a certain time.
And
we
then
just
we'll
won't
do an
stream.
episode where we do that. And that's perfect. I'm down to do, because that's my whole goal is just to keep creating more content and with the stuff that we love doing. So if we have things that we want to do but we necessarily can't do on a certain episode, we can do it in a bonus episode that people can either pay for or whatever.
Sorry, I'm crying over
Wow.
here. That shit. I laughed that hard the first time too, I swear.
On the new soundboard, I'm just gonna spoil it. I have new like TikToks that break us drops from episodes, and I also have Katie doing like the bong, or like she calls it lawnmower sound effect. That would have been fucking perfect for the bubbles.
Oh gee.
When she's doing like the lawnmower thing, but I'm like, you sound like a bong right now. Like,
I know exactly what you're talking about. I can
Oh
hear
my
it
God.
in my brain.
Stop, I can't laugh anymore.
I wish I could do it so bad.
I know. I
don't
know
think
how
any
she
of
does
us
that.
can do it.
About to call her, like, can you do that?
I'm just flicking my tongue.
That shit
It's
was
not
so
even
fucking
close.
funny. Oh my god. Whew.
Fuck, she's the best.
I know. Anytime you meet somebody new, that's the first thing. She's like, can you do this? And then she's like, I can't do it.
Katie's great. If you want to hear that sound effect, it's in a previous episode, so you can go find that. Was that was the hot wing? No,
That was on K.
yeah, it was around that episode though when we did that. If you want to go and find it. Did you
I'm having fun.
I know.
You do keep pegging him with stuff.
Oh, get the fuck
Find
out of
more to
here.
throw.
He likes it.
That took me a second. Chat, let me know if you got that.
Oh, jeez.
Did you run into any stories this week that like you wanted to bring to the table? Anything that interested you? I feel like we never ask you that enough, and I had one, but
No.
No.
I don't know. I can't think of anything right now.
it's been like I've just been taking a break from the news since Biden's in office now. Like, not a huge fan of the administration of the guy, but he seems to be doing a way better job than previous assholes, so great. But I've just been taking a break from the news.
Yeah.
So
Sweet, have you heard?
Heard what?
Like, what's happened in the news?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not following it as closely as I would have during the Trump presidency, where like
So
every day I've been panicking.
So I'm sure you know
About what?
that the bird is a word.
Fuck! Why did I walk into that?
You opened the door, walked in, sat down, put your feet up on the coffee table,
Poured myself a drink.
poured yourself a drink. It was like, what?
I just wanted to bring, before we talk to chat for a little bit, I just wanted to bring up the Wall Street shit.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
That's kind
Thank
of the
you so
story
much.
that's been dominating the news the past
Thank
few
you
days.
so much. I wanted to talk about this so bad. It made my dick so hard. Okay, sorry. No, it took me a moment, or like it took me a few memes and TikToks of watching to fully understand like what was going on.
I had to listen to 5 different podcasts to fucking fully understand the whole thing.
Where it was like basically hedge funds shorting the stocks and then people buying those shorts and then forcing those hedge funds to buy them at a higher price.
Yeah, they were fucking over hedge fund people. It was like the people who have the least power in the stock market basically committed mass market manipulation and insider trading on a level that is like legally gray.
Yeah.
To where like the people who typically would have almost no say in stock, the people who use the Robinhood app, that also has been getting a lot of the controversy in the news lately because it locked down the trading on those stocks that were being manipulated.
And just on those stocks though.
Yeah, it wasn't the whole market, it was just those stocks. So they took the power back basically, and then the apps that were allowing people to like take the power back, like Robinhood is what it markets itself as, is like for the little man to get into the stock market, which is confusing and hard for a lot of like just normal people. So the people got together on Reddit and other websites and just like decided all together like, oh, well, I'll buy this specific thing and fuck over the hedge fund people. And the market reacted by fucking those people over when they took the power back. I think it's funny that they chose GameStop and AMC, and what was the other one? Was it Bed Bath and Beyond?
Yeah, because it was BB.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
it's also crazy that it's happening during the pandemic, and like this is the only time in history that this would have even been like the idea of the markets the way they are has existed since people got together and decided to try and like sell out the gold standard and like make money mean nothing with like the Jackal Island meetings, which look that up if you've never heard of it, the Jackal Island meetings. But it's one of those things where like this could only happen now, and it's like the weirdest shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So much weird shit has happened just because of a pandemic, though. Like, because we had this in our day and age, like, shit is going down for real.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I think it's just funny to watch super rich people cry. I'm sorry, but like, should have invested better.
Did you see Elon Musk? Like, I'm confused by this. I really want to like Elon Musk. What are you guys' feelings on Elon?
I don't have any bad feelings towards him. I don't know. I think that as far as what I know about him, he's kind of like he wants to push forward with like renewable resources and like wants to do good, I guess. But I don't really know that much about him, so like I don't know. I feel like you're gonna drop some information on me that's gonna change my mind on this a little bit. So.
What about you? Do you follow Elon at all?
I don't know. I used to like him, and then I saw him smoke weed on that one podcast.
Joe Rogan.
Now I just can't get behind anything he does because he's a drug addict.
One podcast.
So
yeah, no. Damn it! I was trying so hard to take it seriously and just roll with it.
My wife making the best joke. Wait, no, that wasn't a joke. She really doesn't like weed smokers at all. Okay.
That was so well played. So I really wanted to like Elon, and I that moment was like, that's cool, even though he didn't inhale.
He still got high though.
Yeah, sure. And it's funny that when he did that, stocks for Tesla dropped, and he's like, I don't want to say the mastermind behind it, because he's hired a lot of smart people below him that he takes the credit of their work for, and often like labels himself as the genius behind everything, sleeping on the factory floor, when a lot of it is he's mistreating his workers to get things done because he's manic, is what it seems like from my diagnosis from the outside. And I'm not a therapist or a psychologist or any of that shit, but from what I've read about him,
yeah,
he seems
if you
like
were a psychologist or a therapist, you wouldn't be working at a fucking embroidery
Yeah,
place.
exactly.
So let's be real here.
Maybe.
he seems like a bit of a troll. He did that thing where like the diver who saved the kids from the soccer team from the Chilean mine that got flooded. He called him a pedo for no reason, and then just stuck to it, and then had a defamation lawsuit filed against him, and then just paid his way out of it because he's rich. So he called a hero a pedo and got away with it. And then also, if you look into his history, his family owned a South African diamond mine that used child labor to support the business. And he was born literally walking around with diamonds in his pocket when he lived there. So it's not like he didn't come from wealth already and he's just like a self-made man. But he often acts a bit like he is, although he doesn't say it outright. But the way he ties into all this is he came out and said that Discord is corpo, and that somehow that all tied in, because there were people on Discord community. There was one that was like stock market trends or something like that also tied into the story. It was people getting together and deciding to buy certain stocks, similarly to the people on Reddit. And people in Elon Musk's Discord, which he recently got into, created his own Discord, and it's like one of the largest servers, or was like a giant server on Discord, was popping off so hard while this Wall Street thing was happening that it slowed down all of Discord that day. Like, if you noticed Wednesday and Thursday of last week that Discord was being slow, that's why.
No shit.
And it's because Elon Musk tweeted about it, and then Twitter went off about the whole thing. And it's like he's inserted himself into the story weirdly. But my whole thing is like he's calling Discord corpo, and he's calling like this whole thing like, oh great, give the power back to the people. But he's this giant hypocrite in my eyes. From like, I understand that Tesla and automated cars and like the renewable resources you talked about, like that's all great. But I just feel like he hides behind that shield of being a genius that's saving us all when he's doing like shitty things to people constantly and being a huge hypocrite. Especially when it's like the people who have no power taking the power back, and then he weighs in when he has all the fucking power. Yeah.
That is a tough one.
It feels like Pepsi being like, we're on your side with the Black Lives Matter shit. Like over the summer when they did the Pepsi ad of like people coming together with unity, and the Kardashian, or was it Khloe Kardashian or one of them?
It was Kendall.
Kendall, yeah, doing the Pepsi handover to the riot police. It's like that feels like that to me. That's where I'm at with the whole thing. Because all the people in power are the ones talking about this, besides like podcasts like us. So like the way it's getting spun in the media is by people who have money and power, talking about people who pulled off something that's only possible now, fucking over the people who hold the most wealth. It's like a really interesting moment to me, watching everybody react from the top down.
Yeah, it's almost like how black people will be like white people should not speak on black issues, and then white people being like, yeah, we agree, like we shouldn't speak on black issues.
Yeah,
let's talk about black issues.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Yeah, it is exactly like that. It's the devil taking your side and pretending like. What's happening in chat? I see.
I think it's funny that Apollo was like, that's unfair to not like the guy for trying weed on the podcast, unless she was joking.
He didn't inhale, too. No, then, we support cannabis use here.
And then three messages down from that is... Yeah.
How
old is he? How old are you?
No, we're not gonna say it on the podcast, but he's young, and I was shocked.
I'm not gonna say it. I just want you to put it in the chat just so I can see it.
Yeah. The person who said that, I don't want to talk too much about this on the podcast, but they are welcome to their beliefs. They're young.
Get out in the real world first, and then come fucking talk to me. That's all I'm gonna say.
My one piece of advice to you would be that when you're debating issues like this, is to be a little more open-minded and not take such a hard stance, and not be so aggressive about it. Posting like quick 1-sentence 4-word type credos about like this sucks and this is terrible and this is breaking the country, like that's all unhelpful.
Maybe say something a little bit more of, hey, I don't agree with and this is why, and give your reasons and facts and stuff like that, rather than just giving
I'm fully on board with supporting this kid in our Discord. He's been a huge support to us. He's watched the streams, he's been active, and he posted a TikTok that was in support of the Proud Boys in the Discord server, and which was what tipped me off to that sort of thinking. Which, again, you're welcome to take whatever stance you want. We just don't agree with it, and we will make that known. So,
yeah,
that's where we're at with it. I don't want to make it a whole big thing.
Nope, neither do I, and then we're gonna move past it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've told him our feelings on BLM and like the whole issue, and he's just young. That's all. Yeah.
Yeah, that's seriously all it is.
If you let it slide now, people are just going to continue to let it slide forever. And that's when people think that it's okay. Like, you can say, oh, like, I don't agree with you, but I'm still going to let you, like, talk to us and be involved in, like, but then you kind of are, like, being okay with it?
If he was, like, 15, 16, 17, 18, maybe I would feel that way. We're like...
But do you see how old he is?
Yeah, so?
My thing with it is that if you don't allow young people the chance to change their mind and, like, to try to educate them, and if I'm aggressive about trying to educate them, like, I've tried to be in the Discord, too, where I came off a little hot on him when he posted that video where it was like, hey, dude, this is fucked up and we don't want this here, so don't post it here. But at the same time, like, I don't know his parents. I don't know the people he's talking to, and I would like to be a positive influence.
Yeah.
So if I can change his mind by being understanding and nice and also, like, course correcting a little bit, which I'm showing my bones a little bit here, where, like, that is my goal with you, dude, is to try and change your mind. But
at least get you a little bit more open-minded, dude.
I just feel like you're misguided, and I don't want to write you off completely. And that's my issue with, like, a lot of when stuff like this happens, is people just get written off and then, like, shoved away. And that tends to make them more extreme, or, like, to dig their heels into what they believe rather than come around.
Yeah.
So with somebody this young, I'm not letting it slide. I'm trying to help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Anybody else, though?
What?
Turn your mic, because it's
Turn
like,
my mic.
yeah.
Uh-oh.
Just the way that you were sitting and, like, you were, like, back here like this. That was all.
Yeah, and I don't want to say that, like, people who are young shouldn't be part of politics and shouldn't have, like, opinions. Like, when I was that age, I was a huge anarchist. Like, burn it down was my motto at that age. And I still feel a little bit that way, but I've matured and grown and, like, expanded my view of the world. So I just want that for everybody.
You're like, burn it down slightly.
I would just say that, like, the people who are being violent that we need to be worried about statistically and shown throughout the past 4 years are the right-wing extremists, and the left violence was, like, buildings burning.
Yeah.
It was property damage, not human lives.
And that's also my point too. Of, like, if you're not black, it doesn't matter what you think about it. It's not your opinion doesn't matter, because you're not the one who's being murdered. You don't have to worry about being killed by cops because you're not a person of color. Like, unless you are, like, okay, like, then yeah. But if you're a white person, I don't really care what you think about what black people are doing when they're angry that their family members are being murdered. I don't get to have an opinion about it either.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, my whole life I've grown up being anti-violence. I've never understood why we would have wars, like, and because a lot of it is me being a naive child and not getting it, but I've never ever been like, yay violence. Like I've never went through a point in my life where I was like, burn it down. I've always been like a follow the rules, follow the laws, be a good person, do what you're supposed to do type of person.
Yeah.
But in this situation, like, I don't know what it's like to be black. I'm a white person. I have white privilege. I'm a girl, and I feel like as a white woman, like, we're kind of just looked at more like children than any other person, any other race, any other gender, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, white women are very much expected to just like take care of their man, follow their man,
Housewife.
like, yeah, exactly,
American family.
yeah. And it's gotten better now, but even then, like black women, I feel, in America are expected to work so much harder to prove themselves, and we, like, as white women, like, we just have to, like, show up and be there, and we get, like, patted on the head and given, like, a ribbon, and they're like, good job, like, you actually want to go to school and you don't want to just find a rich husband, like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. And, like, no, like, it's just, I don't know, but that's that.
I completely agree. A lot of the issue too is just like people. My burn it down phase was coming from an anger at like the rules that you were ready to follow because it was like be a good person.
Yeah, I was not necessarily in the right to think that way either.
No, yeah, and that's also not what I'm trying to say either. Like, I'm not trying to say like that mentality is right or wrong, because it works depending on the type of lifestyle that you're leading. But within like the system, I was just always angry that that's the way the laws and rules were, because it felt like oftentimes that led to people being smarmy about being good people, and like it wasn't necessarily the values that worked for everybody that we're adhering to in this country. So when it becomes about just like skin color, I recognize the history behind it, and also want that to be part of the conversation, but I also don't want like everything else to get lost. I want there to be like an order of like importance of like these people have been fucked over the most, so let's like help them out first, but also recognize like from the top down the whole system's fucked up for all of us.
Oh yeah.
And that we
100%.
should be on the same team when we talk about these issues. So when it comes to black people being like, I don't want white people's help at all, and then white people being like, yeah, that's right, I'm confused at that point, because I'm like, we fucked up so hard that we can't even have the conversation without there being this layer of meta that is like eating its own tail levels of fucked up racism.
I think it's more along the lines of like I think that you, babe, told me about this, how like a white chick was trying to start like a get together kind of meeting on Facebook, and like a protest on Facebook, like to go downtown and stuff like that. And then people were like, well, you shouldn't necessarily be the one to do this. Like, you should have a person of color, like, be the person that's making the decisions on what we do and, like, what's really going to go down, like, because this is for them. So it's not that, like, some people do feel that way. And I've been told that, too, where they're like, I don't want you to be a part of the protest. I don't want you to even fucking be there. Like, we don't want your fucking help. Like, at all. And then you have other people that are like, I just want you to stand beside me. I don't want you to be my voice. I can be my own voice. I just want you to stand beside me. I just want to know that, like, you're also there for me, type
but
shit.
You're not one of the people that's against me.
But, that you're not against me, but I don't need you to be my voice. I am my own voice, which I believe that's how it should be. Like, I will stand beside you, but I'm not gonna, like, I don't know. It's that instance where they're talking about like, oh, well, now you're just using your white privilege. Like, now I'm using exactly kind of what they're talking about over top of them, and using that as my way to like try and help them out. And that's the whole thing that they're like, trying to get rid of in a sense. And they don't want it now. If like it comes down to an instance where you can use your white privilege in a good way, like where
to continue to educate other white people.
Yes.
That is exactly what we should be doing. It is our job. So, like,
having the conversation with your family and friends and the people that you can to be like, hey, that's the wrong way to look at this.
And that's the hardest thing to do. That's the hardest thing for me to do. I mean, maybe not everybody, but for me personally, like, in my life and all of this, like, it's easy for me to call out racist people on Facebook, other people's family members, whatever. Like, I can do that all day. But when it comes to my own family members, like, and I'm not saying I haven't called them out, and I'm not saying I haven't called them out on Facebook too, because I did. But
it's part of why you're not on Facebook.
It's 100% why I'm not on Facebook anymore. Yep. And which it's fine. I don't miss it. It's whatever. But
I don't miss it either.
No, it's honestly like kind of nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's hard. It's hard to have conversations with the people that you grow up with and you are taught, like, oh, these are the safe people in my life. That's your family, the people that always love and accept you. And it's hard to come to terms with the fact that just because they love and accept you and are nice to you and would love you unconditionally does not mean that they have that same respect and kindness for people of other races. And you can't be a good person, in my opinion. You cannot be a good person just because it's like the same thing of like the men who like only treat the girls that they're interested in with respect.
Yeah.
They're only nice to the girls that they are trying to like get with. The girls that they don't find attractive, they're just like, whatever, I don't have to respect you because I'm not trying to get with you. Yeah. It's like the same situation.
Well, that's why cliches are harmful, even though like people use the excuse of like, well, but this cliche is okay because it's like mostly true statistically. And it's like, well, maybe that's why the cliche started, but they're harmful because they label an entire group as one thing.
So what you were going off of was like, oh shit, I just fucking lost it.
Can I finish my point real quick while you think about it? So like people, not everybody, but like because a cliche exists about, let's say, Latin people, there's a cliche there where certain people think that they're like labor workers.
Yeah.
All the time. They're hard workers. Like some people would be like, it's a good stereotype. Why do you care that it's a stereotype? Well, because when people who have lived for years and years hearing that meet a Latin person, it's automatically in the back of their head that like, oh, this is a roofer. Like, even if it's a CEO of a company that you're just meeting for the first time, you're automatically putting people into boxes that don't exist for individual people. And that's why that's a problem. Like, it's not harmful per se in general conversation in the moment to be like, yeah, most Mexicans that I've met in America are labor workers. But that doesn't describe the whole situation and the lasting effects of that. Like the continued like labeling of something like that is where the harm is.
Yeah. So it's labeled, so it's like you saying with that, it's like, you know, somebody saying like a white person being like, yeah, but I have a dad, to like a black person, or just in general being like, yeah, but I have a dad type shit. Or for like what you were saying, fuck, god damn it, see, I had it again and then I fucking lost it. Shit, I was that, and then I have black friends. They're like, oh, but I have black friends.
That's the most classic one of all.
Oh yeah, so I'm not racist, I have black friends.
And
but
that's
then
a big thing that over the summer when all the protests were happening, it was, you know, all these white girls who want to fetishize black men, but then they're not out here protesting, standing up for the same black men that they are interested in purely because of their, you know, physical assets. That is another stereotype, and that's the big problem. I think stereotypes are so harmful because then they write off everything else about you. Like, and whether it's a negative stereotype or a positive one or just, you know, whatever, like, then that's the only thing they see about you. But like, people are so much more than hard workers or just whatever, you know, the color of their skin or gay or whatever it is.
Whatever the stereotype is that kind of goes with that ethnicity or that race or that kind of culture, you know, like it's not everybody. That's like we talked about before, like the Asians are bad drivers type shit, you know.
The thing that bothers me is like I'd like to have conversations like this with people in the real world where like even saying the stereotypes out loud feels bad nowadays, even though I'm just talking factually about what's going on.
We're just using it as an example.
Yeah.
Like even then it does kind of like feel bad
Just
saying
Asians
it,
are bad drivers as you're like using as an example of stereotypes that exist that are bad. It's like, wow, I shouldn't even say that as a thing that I'm just explaining.
I mean, but we're saying that this is a bad thing.
Yeah,
we're saying it
exactly.
as an example of it's a bad thing.
But
so
we've
like,
gotten to this point where like people will take that as like there's certain people who are going to hear us even just saying that who will take it as far as like the you're never allowed to say the N-word, which is more understandable because of the history behind things. But it's like if you're never allowed to talk about something, that gives the people who are talking about it in the shadows the power. So if we were able to talk about like why stereotypes are harmful in the long run, then we could fix that. Like,
yeah,
they exist for a reason, and it's because our brains as humans aren't perfect.
And I mean, if we want to go on like the other side of the stereotypical spectrum, it's like people saying that white people don't use spices. Yeah, I mean, it's
I almost said
everywhere.
it's true though.
It's everywhere though. I mean, it's everywhere. Literally, it's stereotypes are on both sides, or on every side.
My wife.
You said,
she made tacos tonight. I'm so glad she doesn't
we
watch.
had dino nuggies and shells and cheese, Velveeta shells and cheese for dinner.
Excuse
Okay,
me, that's because the baby wasn't here, and I just need to say for the record that I saw a TikTok where, or no, that's a lie. It was on Twitter where there were some black people talking about how there's a basic list of seasonings that basically should be added to every single dish, and how white people don't do that shit. And guess what I do now? That shit. So
the stereotype.
I learned.
The stereotype actually, like, here's the thing: is like, it's not all bad or all good, and that's like why I want to have the conversation. Is because like the stereotype existing created a TikTok about like within a culture that like you're trying to understand and care about, while being respectful in this day and age, where like the stereotype has now made you cook better. Like there are positives to it.
And another thing, I think it was on Twitter as well. Well, this has been a thing about white people don't use washcloths.
Yeah. Oh, I've heard this before.
I bought some washcloths. I was like, you know what? I don't want to be dirty. That makes sense.
Where did you hear that before? I don't know.
Hey, there's a podcast you all should check out that's like...
It's not Bully and the Beast, is it?
No. It's called
I'm not catching my
It's
poop.
Culture Kings, and it's a black-hosted podcast that's like for black culture.
Oh, yeah.
I've talked about this before.
Yeah.
And it's one of those podcasts that as a white guy, it's like you almost feel guilty listening to, but they've talked about it before. We're like, well, if you're white and listening to this, like, good, then we're helping like you understand. Yeah. So I listen to that podcast, and they talk about like black Twitter all the time, and that's the thing that's always talked about is like cum shorts is a big thing that I've heard talked about. We don't have to get into that.
We'll talk after.
You guys go for
it.
Spices and the washcloth. I constantly hear that.
Well, okay, so another stereotype that plays into this, that is why I've been like trying to like pay attention to things, is like people in their 20s think they know everything. They don't listen to anybody else. They think that they know everything they need to know, you know, like. And
as an anarchist 20-year-old, I feel that hard.
Right. And so I've been trying to be mindful and be like, let me not be like that. You know, like I feel like I definitely in my early 20s, 100% like that. Not like I'm only 24, but like 20, 21, I was like, no, nobody can tell me anything. Now that like every single year, I'm like, I really don't know anything.
Yeah.
Like I am a child still. Like there's so many things I didn't know. And I'm just trying to learn. I'm trying to do things the right way, not offend anybody, be a good person, and like do the right thing. And it's hard, and it's just a learning process.
I think I learned that a lot with my job.
Yeah.
Like, especially being somebody like just coming in with like, you know, the construction type of job. And like the thing with when
that
I
was
was
a big change for you too, from like where you had
from restaurants
yeah.
to construction. Yeah, it's a totally different thing. Now I do have a little bit of experience in like carpentry work, you know, when it comes to that. But when you go into like commercial construction, there's a lot of like OSHA rules and like, you know, certain things that you have to follow that I just didn't know about.
Yeah.
And my first boss that I had would kind of get upset with me because I would be like asking him questions and getting him to explain it like to a T, because like I don't want to fuck up and I don't know this information. I'm also not afraid to be like, you know, hey, I don't know this. And to be able to admit that too and be like, I don't know. Okay, like I know that you're telling me to go do this, but I don't know what that is and I don't know how to do it. But if you explain it to me, then I can start doing that. Like I'll do it to the best of my ability. So I just need you to explain it to me. And I think that was something that definitely helped me a lot too, to kind of realize like, just remember that when you're out in the world that like you don't know everything and you're going to learn a lot of things, but also, you know, when it goes for the other side of people to understand that everybody, you know, like, and I get that not everybody needs an explanation or needs to be taught, because like I know that I've had some people in my life that have literally been like, well, you're not going to change somebody's mind that doesn't want to be changed. And at that moment I was like, I don't want you as a friend, because it was about specific things. It was about like, you know, Black Lives Matter shit.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, you're not going to change somebody's mind that doesn't want to be changed. I was like, yep, nope, don't want you as a friend. I'm not going to waste my fucking time trying to explain shit to you. Fuck that.
I agree with that statement. You're not going to change somebody's mind. It doesn't want to change. But if they're telling you that about then yeah, you did the right thing. If they're saying, I don't agree with this, I'm an adult, I've had time to, you know,
and
I understand what this means.
You got love. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, you're fine.
I agree.
But yeah, like I don't know. Now I'm all.
No, you're okay. There's two things. I think it depends case to case, which is like why I try to be as open and understanding as possible, even if it means like allowing people that I don't agree with at all and that I find like some of their opinions vile. I will allow them to talk to me because I just want to see what the fuck they're thinking.
I want to get to that point because right now I'm not at that point. I'm like, I can't even deal sometimes.
So, thing one is one of my favorite people in the world that I don't remember the name of right now because I drank a little and I'm hyped up on coffee. Yeah.
I'll jump across this table like you spider monkey at you.
He's a black country music player that was invited to a bar back in like the 60s, 70s or something like that to play music with a white band. And it turned out that the bar was a KKK bar. And he sat down with somebody at a table who admitted to him that he was a KKK member after having drinks with him and talking to him for hours. And was like wary about it at first. And then they met up again because they had a good conversation and the KKK guy was curious. And because he had met this guy at a bar and was like the first black person that he'd been willing, like, oh, you play music that I like. And it was with white people and it was like country and rock and it was like my kind of thing. I didn't realize black people did that. It exposed him to this whole thing that like he'd never thought about because he's stuck in this racist, bigoted bubble. And just because he's stuck there didn't mean he was a bad person. It just meant he was stuck there. Mm-hmm. So over years and years and years, he developed a relationship with this guy to the point where the guy one day mailed him his Klan robes and said, I quit the Klan. And he was like a higher ranking guy. And this guy who was in the band and played with them over the years had like developed a relationship with other people that were in that same Klan with the guy and met the head guy. And had a moment where like he met with him in a hotel and it was tense because the guy didn't trust him at all.
Because they were gay. No, I'm sorry. My brain just goes to gay. It was like they met in a hotel room.
There was a moment where the KKK guy had brought security with him. And he had brought security with him too, just knowing like I'm meeting with the head of a Klan. and this could go very bad. This happened on Joe Rogan.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I knew it. I've heard this.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, oh, wait a minute. This sounds so familiar. What
The second you said, I was like, yep.
Continue. I'm sorry.
So he's doing an interview with this guy, and he's explaining like the story. And so there was a moment where there was an ice bucket in the middle of the table where they're having this meeting in like this Motel 6 or whatever, and there's a click just out of nowhere, like it's the AC turning on, or like the security guard had been tense the whole time that the KKK. Wow, it's really hard. The Klan guy had brought with him. It's hard to say back to back over and over again.
You're like, I'm starting to hate myself.
I hate myself. There was a click in the room, just like randomly, and he had been like holding his belt with like a gun holstered the whole time. And the one security guard and the opposing team both reacted to that click and like drew weapons on each other at that point. And then they like the tension was so high, and then that moment of realizing like nobody had done anything, it was all cool. They just like laughed at each other and developed like. That guy's still in the Klan, is still like a head guy or whatever, but like he talks to him all the time now. And right? Like that moment of listening to that interview, I was like, oh, like he may not ever get through to that guy, but in the process, he got through to like 20 other people. And that's kind of what I want to do. Because not everybody's just lost. Like there's people who can be. Like when I see shit that I'm sorry to keep pointing you out, but where it's like fuck BLM, it's like that. Even if I don't fully agree with everything that BLM is doing, and I've been wanting to make this point for a long time, is there's 2 BLMs.
But saying it like that
isn't helpful, and you're missing the point.
Yeah.
So like, You know what I'm saying at this point.
I definitely think that specific person is too young and should experience life a little bit more before you decide to make statements as such.
Don't take such a hard stance.
I don't want you to be influenced necessarily by the people that are around you, because that is what's influencing you. There's no way that it's not. You know, it's the people that are around you. When you get older and you start getting a little bit more out into the world and interacting with people, you'll realize that, like, what you see, and this is something that I wanted to say too, and thankfully I can finally get to this point.
You remembered?
Well, no. I'd already gotten to that. I had a conversation with my dad and Vicky, and about like just politics in general, and literally I started off the statement with I hate talking about politics.
Yeah.
And then we go into this whole politic like argument, and then it finally got to a point where I was like, look, see, this is what I hate about it, where it's like if I disagree with you on this one stance, then you think that I'm either all the way left or all the way right.
Yeah.
You know, there's no in between. You like people, like when you go out into the world and you start talking about politics to people, like the dude calling me a snowflake just because I don't like Trump.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, there's certain reasons that I don't like Trump. Do I disagree with everything that he's done? No, because he has done some good things. But I don't like him for other certain reasons. And that's the thing. Like there's when it's like, oh, well, like, I like Black Lives Matter. Oh, well, you must be a far left person. You know, like, then you know, you must think that, like, our guns should be taken away and all this other shit. And I'm like, no, that's not the case. Like, can you fucking sit here and talk to me for a second? Like, if you're going to bring up another subject, then, like, ask me what my views are on that. You know, like, like, the way the politics are now and the way that you talk to people, if you disagree on one statement, they automatically think that you're, like, that there's nothing you can agree on, and that you're on the opposite side. And I'm like, I fucking hate that, because then they keep bringing up these points, and they're like, well, then do you agree with this, or do you disagree with this, blah, 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 blah. And then by the end of the conversation, I was like, we started to realize that, like, there's a lot of things that I agree with you on, and there's a lot of things you agree with me on.
Yeah.
Like, we have to sit here and talk. Don't just fucking assume, you know? And, like, it got to the point where we were talking about how, like, the justice system, and how, like, a lot of times there are people of color that get wrongly accused for crimes that they have not done, spend, you know, decades in jail, and then it in prison, and then come to find out after they made a whole fucking show about it, where they actually do, the research on it and do the investigating, come to find out that they're innocent.
Yeah.
And then they get out, and they brought up a point where like these two kids of color like did something and got in trouble and got like a $250,000 bail. Family ended up scraping the money together to bail them out. And so they got out on bail, and then ended up like robbing a they went to a gas station and got into like a bad drug deal or something like that, and ended up getting killed or killing somebody or something like that. Yeah. Like one of them got killed, I think, and the other one ended up killing somebody. And they were like, they should have stayed in jail. And I was like, okay, for every like instance that you bring up of like something like that, I can bring up somebody else being wrongly accused.
Like 2 more people, 3 more people.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. But my whole point is that like, it's not like a 70-30 in what I think. I think that it's all 50-50. It's all both. It's both. There's no way that like both sides of every story aren't being like downplayed and upplayed in certain situations, because of like the way that social media is now. And when you like certain things and then that's all you see on your social media are these certain things. I mean, like my TikTok, for instance, like before I was liking like drummers and like musicians and stuff, and that's all I saw. And then I started streaming, and then liking like I saw like one like streamer, like small streamer thing, and started liking that. And now all I see is fucking streaming shit and people talking about their small streams and shit. Same thing with fucking Facebook and stuff. So like,
so what are you saying then? Like, are you saying that you think that there's less black people being killed by cops for not good reasons than
I don't think the 50-50 was the number for that. I think the 50-50 was the way that it gets talked about in like the media conversation. Like, one side will get represented under 50% all the time, and then the other side will get represented depending on what the like case by case. Like if you zero in on an individual story, it may be 70-30, but generally, like if you zoom out, like, the way that things get talked about is
you're fine. I was asking.
Yeah, I saw the miscommunication. It's the way that it gets communicated to the mass public is that it's like a sidesism thing. So there's like one side or the other, and that's never the case.
Yeah.
And isn't there like the saying of like if you go far enough left, you get your guns back? Like,
oh yeah, well,
so
the right didn't used to be the right the way it is now, and Republicans used to be more democratic than Democrats are now. Like if you follow the history of the terms, they're constantly evolving, and in other countries, conservative and liberal mean different things depending on the party. So those terms and the way that the media spins them feel like concrete things that mean something to us nowadays and drive the narrative, but they mean almost nothing when you look at them like from the historical context of the whole thing.
Yeah. So, and I also mean like our social media to the point of like what other people are saying, not mainstream media. And like when people start sharing shit that somebody said, and like that's what I mean when it's like your algorithm for like certain social media and stuff like that, when it starts to become like Facebook, Twitter or Instagram or, TikTok is going to show you things that you've liked that are specific, to other things that you've liked.
Mm-hmm. Like those tend to fall into sides.
Yeah, and that tends to fall into a certain side. So when I'm having that conversation with like my dad, and his girlfriend, and like and they like these certain things and like are full on to like the Blue Lives Matter fucking shit, and like that whole thing, and they like a whole bunch of that shit. Well, then they're gonna bring up these instances where people have posted about these certain instances where I like the opposite side of things, and so I see other things that show up on my page of
you could go back and forth all day.
That's what I was trying to explain to them.
Yeah.
Is that we could literally go back and forth all day about these certain things, and it's because we're on different sides of the spectrum, but we're not as far apart as we think we are.
Yeah. See, and then there's the whole thing of like, so like my Twitter feed is a lot of like like far, like left, like
Yeah.
like hates liberals and Republicans. They think they're all shit. Like liberals are almost worse than Republicans because like people like Chrissy Teigen and like those kind of people who are like
Chrissy Teigen's trash.
I'm trying to think of how to explain it. I don't know, you could probably explain it better than me, but like the same people, it's the people who are sitting here thinking like, okay, now we have Biden as our president, that means like everything's gonna be fine.
Yep.
Those are the most dangerous people because they're just like gonna sit back in their like privilege and be like, oh, like, well, the work's done, but it's not. Like, just like you were saying, the whole system is corrupt. Just like having a Democrat as a president, that's not gonna fix shit for us. Like, it might like they're gonna make it look like everything is okay.
Yeah, but I also think the other side too, where like people who are like full on Trump supporters or full on Republicans, you know, whatever, are like, you know, oh, now that Biden's fucking president, like the whole world's gonna go to shit, or like the whole U.S. is gonna go to shit. And I'm like,
I think that's the point that she's trying to illustrate, though, is that like there's one side that'll say the bad thing out loud and say that it's patriotism, and then there's the other side that will say the thing quietly and hide behind patriotism.
okay, yeah. Yeah.
So like
I
Biden will
agree.
promise $2,000 to get elected, and then when he gets elected, he'll wish-wash on $1,400 to make up for the $600 that we already paid. That's the type of like Democrat liberal that like it's saying the racism out loud, which like Republicans have gotten really good at, where they've realized like, oh, we can't say it out loud. We kind of have to like hide our white supremacy a little bit and like do redlining and shit like that in a way that's a little more like bureaucratic and within the legalese of the paperwork. So they'll do like the districting and the redlining and the financial and like American the family unit.
Yeah.
And conservative values, like religious, like family values. They'll hide behind that while they screw over the most marginalized people in society. Democrats
Make a Pepsi ad with Kendall Jenner.
Exactly.
That fixes problems.
Exactly.
That's exactly what they do.
Yeah, it's evil just wearing a mask of good instead of evil being evil. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to say all Republicans are evil, but like that's the metaphor.
I love having you as a friend.
Yeah.
Especially in these times, because you're one of the people that looks at both sides and you follow both sides.
Yeah.
And so like you can bring up a lot of
if you look at any of my feeds, it's like the most left thing you'll ever see and then Ben Shapiro. Like,
yeah. And you know,
all I know about Ben Shapiro is he's bad at in bed with his wife.
His wife is like this crazy intelligent woman who's like a doctor and like super successful, and he's just like
I've never made her pussy wet before. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
He's the most like misguided, hateful, fast-talking person who wears like a yarmulke that I've ever met in my life. Like a
You've
Nazi.
met him?
Well, I haven't met him, but I've listened to enough of his shit that I feel like I have. But like he hides behind his Judaism as a reason for why he isn't hateful, and it's like I
just think
I
that
listen to both of those sides.
I just think that it's awesome for me because I don't follow politics and I don't really follow like the left or right at all. Like when it comes to my social media, you know, like I don't like either side. I'll read shit, but I don't like those things, you know, like regardless of, even if I do agree with it and it's something that has to do with politics or something like that, I don't like it. Like I'll take in the information, but I'm not going to like it because I know it's going to fuck with my algorithm. And that's why my TikTok now is filled with nothing but like small streamer shit, because I do like that shit because but I think that it is super smart for anybody to follow both sides and to hear both sides, to understand both perspectives, and to at least take in the information that both perspectives are giving, rather than just liking one side and continuing to just follow that side without ever looking at the other side and seeing what the other side is like talking about. Because then you're it's like you're putting blinders on. It's like for a horse, when, you know, they do that and they just put those blinders on the side so all they can see is like basically straight ahead of them. That's basically what you're doing. And you're closing yourself to other ideas and other perspectives that you might understand. What's the point of doing that? Why not broaden your horizon on the world and different ideas and stuff like that? Whether you agree with them or not, you know, you can still take in those different, you know, perspectives and apply that to your life also. And then you can actually maybe come with some fucking facts when you say something extremely heavy and very extremist on one side or the other.
That's what I appreciate that, and that's why I listen to those people, even as much as it hurts my soul to listen to shit like that. It's so that when they say something dumb, I can be like, here's why you're wrong. And it's not because, like...
But you also do a lot of research, too.
Because that's where because that's what those certain people that I've had conversations with about politics and whatnot, that's the first thing they want to say is, you know, well, you can't believe everything you read on the internet, or like, where do you get your facts from? Like, where are your sources? Like, they just automatically assume that anything that I'm talking about, I don't know why. I don't know whether it's because of my opinion on the matter, or because I'm young, or because I'm a girl, or whatever. I don't know. It's the person I was talking to is older than me and a man, and the only thing I could say is like, you're supposed to be a role model for me in my life, right? So if I don't believe in the things that I'm supposed to, then you've kind of failed, right? You're supposed to be the person, one of the people I'm supposed to come to for advice and to help. It takes a village to raise a child, and you're supposed to be one of those people. And I guess you didn't do a very good job if I'm not sitting here like agreeing with you or whatever.
Can I?
What?
Are you gonna?
What?
Do you want that?
Oh. You can have it.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'll get you back. Don't worry.
That's the thing is, when people come at me with like, well, you're only trying to convince me of what you believe. It's when you say things that there's a certain side of society that believes things politically and socially that when they say them, it makes me feel bad. And it's not because I'm a bleeding heart leftist, or that like I'm bad or you're bad because we think differently.
Gotta stand up.
Or we've grown up differently, or like we've had different life experiences. It's just that I'm at a point in my life where I've taken the time to listen to both sides to try and figure out what the fuck I need. And I've just always been compassionate about people. So when things make me feel bad about the way that people are talking, I try to like understand where that's coming from. So for me, like, society's on these levels, and there's one side talking about the levels one way and another side talking about levels the other way, and somewhere in the middle there's like an honest conversation that we can have about where these levels fall on each other. And nobody's having that honest conversation in a way that's like meaningful for all of society, and which is why I like doing the podcast. Like, hopefully we're getting a message out in some way, or the Discord, like talking to this kid. Hopefully we're getting a message out in some way. I'm not trying to convince anybody of anything though. Like, I don't want to win anybody over onto my side.
I just want you to look at different shit. I want you to do your own research and make a decision for yourself without just being influenced by the people that are around you. I want you to make, because especially with the certain person that we're talking about, being at such a young age, you're influenced by the people that are around you and how they feel. So with that being said, I want you to take the time to do your own research and to talk to certain people and to get yourself out there and to understand what are people that are also in your style of living also thinking with different, races and ethnicities and religion.
Yeah.
Like what are some things that you think that you could do to maybe broaden your horizon on certain situations, and go do that, whether you agree or disagree with those people. Like,
don't be sorry. It's okay. And look, we don't agree with you at all. Like, We're seeing your comment. Trust me, and like, sorry for bringing up. Don't be sorry. It's okay that we don't agree.
Yeah.
Seriously,
it is.
I don't agree with you, and that's not okay. But it's okay that we don't agree. So like, and just depending on like what you've grown up in.
That's like us being like, you know, Chick-fil-A's overrated.
Yeah.
And people are like, what? No, I'm so mad. And it's like, no, it's okay to disagree. Like, it's all right. It's just an opinion. You know, now when it comes to certain situations, especially when you're saying, you know, some crazy shit like he said, that's kind of like, no, we need to address this, though. Like, we need to actually sit down and have this conversation because you're saying something that is kind of really controversial and really just like, we also know that that person being at such a young age that you don't fully understand, you don't fully grasp it, and neither do we, even being like mid-20s people. Like, we have a very basic understanding, and I don't think that anybody that is in our, I would say, middle class.
What?
Would you say that we're like middle class? We're like between like lower middle class.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wes, what would you say?
I don't know. The older I get, the poorer I feel.
What would you say that our living is? Are we lower middle class or like are we lower or middle class?
We're lower middle.
Hey, I'm down with standing up. Fuck it. I need to move my camera.
There's like a boomstick that sticks out of that one. If you grab like the top of the light and the stick at the same time and like kind of just tip it back, there you go. Firmly
Let me
grasp.
stand up straight.
That works.
Hey, that works.
Yeah.
I'm down with standing up. I'm cool with that. Maybe we should start doing that. Maybe we should start standing up for the shows.
We can't stand for the whole thing.
They would be a little bit shorter. What would you say? Sorry, I didn't hear if you said it.
What was the question again?
Are we lower or middle class?
We're lower middle.
We're lower middle? Okay.
Yeah.
So
Are you under 40K?
Am I? No.
Okay, you're middle class.
Okay.
I'm lower middle.
I'm almost like 80K.
Yeah, you're lower middle.
Okay, lower middle. Okay, so.
Hey, but
or like close
I
to
don't
middle.
make money, so yeah.
Oh yeah.
Even with my wife, we're still lower middle.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, okay. So we'll say like lower middle class. Like, go talk to those people. Go find other people that are in your lower middle class and see what they think on every spectrum of those type of people, and then like listen to them and see how they feel about these certain subjects and stuff like that. I mean, talk to more people. Talk to people.
Yeah.
Like, you might be young, but you can still learn. Like, and you are learning. That is literally your whole point right now. That's why you're in school. That's why you do this type of shit, is to learn.
And
so
even
like,
regardless of school, even once you get out of school, you're still learning every day.
But once
as long as you don't close yourself off to that.
Yeah, once you and I feel like the majority of us, like us, we got out of school and we were like, you know, oh, school technically didn't end. You learn something new every day. You know, I couldn't tell you how many times I've said that shit at work too. Like, you learn something new every day, you know, and like and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. I think that, you know, I'm never going to stop trying to broaden my horizons with the way of looking at things. And that's like, that again, that's why I love, you know, you and how you think about things and how you look at things and how you follow things too. It's because you're like, I want to hear both sides. I want to hear what's really, you know, going on between both sides, and then I'll make my decision on how I feel. And most of the time you're like, and this was a point that I brought up to my dad and his girlfriend, was like, you know, most of the time you're like in the middle, you know, where you're like, I somewhat agree with both sides.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, and there's always going to be extremists on both sides that I feel like what people gravitate to, and they use that as their examples. You know, when it comes to like the Black Lives Matters protests, and they're like, oh well, they fucking, you know, vandalized and all this other shit, blah 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 blah. And then you're like, okay. And then, you know, the other side was like, Trump supporters like stormed the fucking Capitol, like, and that's the extremist side of it, you know. And you're like, well, that's the reason. But when you really look at the issues, like, and you see like kind of like what's going on, I feel like rational people come to a middle point. And that's just how I feel. I don't know if you guys feel the same.
I feel like the middle is dangerous, but I entertain the middle to understand both sides. So like the problem with the middle is that you're giving too much leeway to the people who are being assholes historically. So I don't always fall on the middle. Oftentimes in the case of like the Black Lives Matter protests that happened in Portland, Oregon, I fully support them shooting fireworks at the Justice Center. And I fully support them defacing some of the buildings there. While I think it's terrible that like business owners got property destroyed, and sometimes black business owners, I think that the people who were acting and doing those types of riots weren't necessarily reflective of the whole protest, and that things escalate to that point for a reason. People are upset, and to write that off is like, why are these people burning buildings down? It's like, well, because historically they have a reason to be pissed off, and you've driven them to this point.
Hold on, can you see? I just want to point out the fact that Caitlin said, is that a mushroom poster in the background? Because it looks like lady legs and weird lifted skirts, like umbrellas.
It's
and
technically both.
They're butts.
We can,
it's mushroom butts.
We could link that. It's beautiful.
No, yes, it totally is.
I just the middle's not always like. I entertain the middle because it helps me understand both sides. But in the case of like the BLM protest, while I don't fully agree with some of the people who are involved in that,
I'm more towards the
towards
movement
that side
than I am
because,
away
like,
from it, or I'm more towards it than I am towards the middle.
At the same time that people are firing fireworks at the Justice Center, which people will point as is like, oh, this is terrible and it's a breakdown of the rule of law. So I don't care about the rule of law when the rule of law is abusing people.
Yeah.
And as that's happening, as people are firing fireworks into the Justice Center, cops are dragging people into tear gas so they can beat them unconscious on scene.
Yeah.
Like, and federal police in Portland.
See,
so, like, at that
people
point,
lost eyes.
Yeah.
Literally, while I was having this conversation with my dad and his girlfriend, I was like, I fucking wish Wes was here. Because he can explain this shit so much better than I can. It's so funny. I literally said to Wes the other day, I was like, and it was over something fucking stupid. I was like, you know, I was like, you're like my second brain. It's like you can explain what's happening inside of my, because I've told you this too, like I'm so ADHD, like my brain just fucking is constantly moving and there's no way for me to control it, and sometimes I just get fucking lost and it's hard for me to explain things, but like Wes knows what I'm trying to explain and he can explain it and then back it up, and I'm like, oh my god, it's so nice. Like I need that in my life. Like, am I using you? I don't want to use you. Like, that's not what I want. I'm not trying to use you for my own benefit, but like, you do help me out a lot, dude. Like, seriously, you help me like be able to understand and explain what I'm trying to convey, and that means a lot to me. Like, I really do appreciate it, and that's one of the reasons why I love having you as like my best fucking friend, is that you help me understand things and you help me to convey the things that I need to convey. When I'm not a huge politic person, but I also like kind of have strong feelings and strong morals when it comes to certain situations, and you help me like get that point across.
I appreciate it, and I don't think you're using me, although sometimes when it's not you specifically, but like my role that I've positioned myself as of being like the intermediary between both sides does become a burden where like I feel bad oftentimes, where I'm like, Ben Shapiro doesn't make me feel good, or like arguing with people online constantly to try and win somebody over doesn't feel good.
I definitely think that more online, you should pick your battles, bud.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't get stuck
I get
with
carried away.
I know you do, and I think that you should learn more to pick your battles.
Yeah.
And know when to just kind of like walk away from situations.
I have a disease where if somebody says something that's like clearly false, though, I have to be like, here's 5 reasons why you're dumb.
So
we've got a lot going on in there.
Oh my god, shit's going on.
We should it is getting late and I have to drive home still, and we should say what's up to chat.
And they're asking to scroll back up.
Oh, what happened?
That was Apollo saying shit too. Chicken, I sent a few lengthy ones. Just curious on what you guys think. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about
Apollo gets the extra love.
Stereotypes on every side for people to say that you can't stereotype a white person or can't be racist to a white person is absolutely ridiculous. And what sucks is I'm starting to see a lot of white people actually starting to lower their values and morals because of stereotypes they hear from blacks. A lot of white people are starting to become extremely dumb and willing to adhere to anything a black person says, not to come off as racist.
Some background on Apollo, just for the people who don't know, is I'm sure he's fine with me saying, but he's a black kid in New York.
Yeah. I love what honesty is doing. It's time blacks do the same. If we don't like the stereotype of being seen as all gangsters and people who do nothing but show off guns and shit, what the fuck are we doing that in our music and our social media, etc.? We need to continue doing what we originally were doing, and that's legitimately fighting for our rights, not putting white people down and labeling them all as racist, parentheses being the exact thing that we hate, comma, racist.
So that's coming from the middle ground.
I definitely, I mean, being a white person and being, like, it's definitely, like, and I don't want anybody to, like, feel bad for me, but, like, being a white person, it's scary. Nobody wants to be called racist, and especially when you're doing everything, I don't want to be like, I know I'm not racist, because I can try my damnedest to not be, but how am I, there's definitely a chance that I could say something or do something and somebody will say, that's racist, and who am I to say, I'm not being racist? I didn't mean it to be racist, so it's just not. Like,
there's little things that you don't even know about that are just built into our culture. Yeah. Like, if you've ever said eeny, meeny, miny, mo, that's racist.
Master bedroom.
Hold on. Oh yeah, she brought that one up to me the other day. Master bedroom, and I was like,
what do you say?
I literally did.
Sweet.
I literally did not get it until she said it to me.
Yeah.
And she was like, master bedroom, and I was like,
there's so many things.
Oh my god, holy shit.
Yeah.
And the eeny miny mo thing, I don't know that one.
It wasn't catch a tiger originally. It was a different ER.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. A lot of nursery rhymes got softened down for kids as times progressed. But yeah. They're
Oh.
Have you
ever
had a Brazil nut? Those used to be called something else. Like, there's just, my grandma would call them the thing that they used to be called in front of me at Christmas.
I don't know what that is.
Inward toes.
What is? Okay, so what is a Brazil nut?
It's about a big toe or like middle toe shaped nut that's brown.
Oh.
So white people would call them extremely racist things.
Oh my fucking god, dude!
And that lasted up until like my grandmother, who's still alive. Like,
this is fucked. This is so fucked. Holy shit.
Racist. I mean, even my family, and then they just need to be like, older people always use the excuse of, I'm just old fashioned. I was just raised that way.
Nah, fuck off. Fuck off.
And like, I understand, like, it's hard to go against what maybe your whole family or your whole community or whatever, everybody around you is telling you, but like, there are plenty of people who grew up in horrible households or horrible families, or maybe not even horrible, but just different families, different like beliefs than they grow up to have. I mean, there are plenty of people who even are raised a certain religion, grow up and meet somebody and fall in love with them, and they have to
convert.
Yeah, convert. Yeah. Like, it's not even necessarily always a bad thing, but like, yeah, that's not a good excuse.
I'm not talking out of bullshit here. My mother is white, and we've lived in a ghetto neighborhood before, as well as I've experienced racism from everyone, whites, Mexicans, especially Asians, Puerto Ricans, which is why it pisses me off when white people are labeled as racist for little shit. And what some of us, not all of us blacks, do is we take accountability for ourselves. We like to use the race card. That's from Apollo.
Yeah, I mean, then Caitlin makes a good point too.
That's a hard. Caitlin says it's a hard spot to be in because it's almost like you might not feel justified to stand up for yourself in that situation.
There's an entire movement of people who are saying like white supremacy is the ultimate thing that we have to take down right now, and that's like true. The country's built on this momentum of like police departments were started by roving gangs of Klan members, and the like lasting effects and donations and money that still gets passed around to those organizations last to this day.
Yeah.
So like, as a black person who's been like, not all white people are bad, you could also feel very like marginalized and left out and like lonely in that position, because you're like fighting for the people that everybody's against right now. And it's like, there's white people who, like we talked about, who are trying to be on your side that are like problematic because they're trying so hard to be on your side. And then there's the white people who are legitimately like, when you brought up religion, that's why I am the way I am. Where like, I grew up Christian and then I went like full atheist and now I'm agnostic. Like, I've experienced both extremes, and it taught me a lot about like, I'm one person who came at something from completely different sides. And now I feel like I'm more in the middle of things. And as dangerous as the middle can be, like, it's a lot.
I didn't come from like the same thing as you, because like, I mean, we talked about like, you know, my mom married a person of color like when I was, you know, she didn't marry him till I was, I think, 8. But she was with him from when I was like 3 years old, you know, and so I had family that were, you know, of color and stuff like that. And so like, but when you're coming from the stance of like the middle, you know, I'd kind of seen on both sides. And then like just being a white person, you know, in this life. And then also like the one instance where my stepdad got pulled over. I think I've told this story before.
Yeah.
But my stepdad getting pulled over for having a loud muffler, because we passed cops who had somebody already pulled over, and he was taking me and my friend, who was also white, to my friend's house. It was enough late at night that it was dark outside, and so like they pulled us over for the loud muffler, whatever. And the dude like talks to him, whatever, and he was like, you know, your muffler's really loud. And you know, my stepdad pulled out, you know, the papers. He's like, I literally today went and got a quote for it. Like, here's the papers for the quote.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm trying to like get this fixed, whatever. And you know, he asked for his ID and everything. And then he goes, okay, I'm just gonna go back there and make sure you're not wanted by the FBI or anything.
Yeah.
Now, hold up. You've been pulled over by the police. I don't know.
Makes me uncomfortable.
I don't know how many fucking times you've been pulled over by the police, but it's enough to say that like over 10 times, right?
Damn, I hate being me because there's jokes I want to make, but go ahead.
But yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Has any cop ever said to you, I'm gonna go back here and check and make sure that you're not wanted by the FBI?
No.
Okay.
I've actually had my weed investigated before. Like, they found weed on me and then handed it back to me and said, "Have a nice day," without writing me a ticket or anything.
Okay.
That's happened one time. I got lucky that one time.
You got lucky that one time, sure.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that my stepdad got pulled over, who was a person of color, got pulled over by a white cop in Pickerington.
Yeah.
And I've never heard another cop say that. I've been pulled over too, multiple times. Okay? I've never had a cop go back and say, okay, I'm just going to go back and make sure you're not wanted by the FBI.
Yeah.
No. You know why I think he said that? Because it was a person of color that had 2 white kids sitting in the van with him with a loud muffler.
At night.
At night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At night.
No, whether it was at night or
After
not.
dark.
Whether it was at night or not, no. I think that it was literally that.
Yeah.
And I've brought this up to him too, and he was like, "No, I don't think it was because no, I think it really was." Like, to be honest with you, for me,
but if he's telling you that it's not, then why are you? Why are you disagreeing?
my stepdad.
I know exactly what you're talking about, and I remember him telling you that, which is why I was kind of confused on why you're telling the story, because I thought we had cleared that up. Like, if the black man in the situation who was being pulled over by the cop said to you, that's not what it was, why would you not take his word for it? That's exactly, to me, Like when white people, like when black people are saying, "Hey, this is what's happening. This is systemic racism. This is what exists," and then white people being like, "Well, I don't really see it." That's what it feels like to me. Like I'm not saying that I don't like. That very well could be what it is, but if Brian doesn't see it like that, then I don't think we should look at it like that. If he doesn't look at it that way, I mean, if he were to be like, it definitely was that, but he said that he feels like that cop was just making a joke, and I am not on the side. I don't back the blue. But I'm saying in this specific situation, he did say that he thinks it was a joke.
Could it be? I mean, it could also be a joke, but
it's not a funny joke.
No, do you think it's also possible that like there's a certain level of like giving in to the system that's built for minorities, where they have to, like that episode of Big Mouth where he's talking about like the dial that he has where he can fit in with different groups of white people.
Oh, that was another thing I wanted to talk about.
And do you think there's like a certain level of that where like he's willing to let go a certain amount of like harmless racism and write it off as just like a normal everyday interaction because that's just the way things are.
That's kind of how I feel about it, and I wanted to talk about that too. And like, is it okay for me to do that also? Where like when I saw that episode of Big Mouth, you know, and like he's talking about, I have this dial of being able to talk. Like I kind of have that too, you know. Like I talk to.
I find it cringier when white people do it, but when it's somebody who's come from like a half black family, I don't know. That's a good question.
Where, you know, I've like I told my wife this the other day too.
So I'm sorry, I just need to jump in here.
Go for
it. So if you were robbed, who are you gonna call? The cops? They say get rid of cops, but say you are raped, there would be no cops to help you. So not that you deserve my backstory, but I have been sexually assaulted. I did report it to the police. I took a lie detector test, which I passed. They asked the man who did it to take one as well. He said, no, I'm good. And he moved to a different city. He still gets to live his life, probably hurting other women. So that's how the cops helped me. Because I know that you were asking, just so you know.
Hell yeah, chat.
Yeah, get fucking owned.
Asking the questions, bro.
You want to know. That's the truth.
That's the thing that we're going to run into with this as we're doing this live, is that there's going to be people who we highly disagree with.
I'm not going to hide my trauma to make people feel comfortable. I don't care.
Yeah.
And there's multiple instances of people, majority women, but people of reporting things to the police and basically being like, laughed at, ignored. You don't have proof, whatever. Like I went through trauma. I didn't even want to call the cops, but I had to, and I was put through that whole thing of having to go to doctors and have my body examined because of the fact that I was already assaulted, to prove that I was assaulted even further. And
that's got to be traumatizing in itself.
100%. I was 16, so I wasn't having sex or anything at the time, and I was still a virgin, and so that's that.
There's one specific person that for in the future that's in this chat, don't pay attention to them. Cosmic, you know who you are. That one.
Don't pay attention to it. Seriously, if you see that in chat, I do the same thing. To be honest with you, I've stopped. He is not a part of our Discord anymore for a certain reason, which, anyways.
Well, the thing with him is that he doesn't believe in anything. Or even if he does, it doesn't matter. He's just a troll. So that specific person, there was a couple other people who had said some shit that, thank you for calling them out, but him, fuck him.
Yeah. No, seriously. And I've already, I've banned one person from my Twitch, and I haven't quite done that to him yet because he is somewhat of a supporter and he has been somewhat okay, but I will call him out on this shit.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to call him out on this shit. That's, whatever. So, somebody else was being just completely ridiculous.
It's me. Hi.
Yeah. I do love that Caitlyn was like, honesty fucking rocks.
Hell yeah.
Would hang out again. What is that, 1,000,000%?
You guys are so nice.
OBE. She might.
Fuck yeah.
Apollo
I only have
said.
2 friends in real life. So.
Apollo said, "I wish I knew honesty in real life. She lays it all down, regardless of feelings or other opinions. I fucking love you, Apollo."
I told you.
Now you know why she's my wife, but
This is why she's been a huge part of the podcast.
Yeah,
ever
and
since
why
we
we
convinced her to do it.
yeah, why we wanted her to be a huge part of the podcast, because she
Yeah.
definitely brings a different perspective and a different side to everything, and she is not apologetic when she comes to those sides. So
Yeah, that was fantastic.
we need that in this, and I wanted to ask you too, with the rape allegations and stuff. Do you feel the same way on when it comes to like the other side, with false accusations and it being proven of the false accusations?
I'm sure that happens.
Yeah.
There are 100% people out there who
I mean,
are
I'm talking
horrible
about
people who were out there to ruin somebody's life.
Yeah.
With a false
Accusation.
accusation.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to even see it from that. Like, I don't, like, why would you put yourself through all of that? Why would you, it's not fun. It's not cute. It doesn't feel good to go in front of anybody and say, this is what happened to me. My body was violated. I didn't have control over my body when I should have. Why would you then go and lie about that?
But I know someone who did lie about it. Because only tangentially, because my mom married one of my stepdads who had a previous marriage that didn't go well with somebody who I would cautiously call crazy, because I don't like the term, but it's the closest to crazy I've ever met in like a real person before in real life. But she accused him of all sorts of stuff constantly, and it was like just because she enjoyed the drama and like the court battle and the money that she got from it, because like she was abusing the way the court system works with divorce courts, where like lawyers and judges have taken advantage of the amount of money that like husbands will pay in the role that they've been put into in society as like the breadwinners. So that's like the self-perpetuating cycle of like people sucking money out of masculinity through divorce. So what?
You see the snow?
Oh, I meant to say that when I went out to smoke earlier. It was snowing.
Oh my god.
I don't see the snow.
It's all white out there right now.
Is it really?
Yeah. But she accused him of rape when he hadn't, and of course the guy ended up being a terrible guy that I'm not a fan of at all. Like, he cheated on my mother, and that ended in divorce and everything. But he didn't rape anybody, despite him being a bad guy. And she enjoyed the drama, like the constant like being in court and the fees and the paperwork and the fighting over the kids. She seemed to have fun with it. So like, as much as like I don't understand,
where's her lie detector test? Damn
Right?
it. That's
Yeah.
that's what it should be. I don't know how accurate those things are. I mean, I guess to an
They
extent,
say
right?
to I would say like from as far as I know, it's about like 90 to 99%
But
correct
see,
every single time.
The ladies that are like that lady, I feel like they're so manipulative that they could like train their bodies to like act like it's telling the truth. Like, they convince themselves that it's the truth.
I fully 100% believe that
Hold
too.
on.
Where like she thought,
Go ahead.
she thought, like, she believed everything she was saying, even though it was a lie. Like, she'd lied for so long that it was true to her.
People, that's so crazy.
Yeah. What's up?
Super McCrae asks, can you answer one more politics question, please? So
Yeah.
if you want to ask that, go ahead. Should have already put it, to be honest with you. Paulo said, we love honesty. That's what I love about podcasts, too. So many different opinions around one table. Would be boring watching a podcast where everyone has the same opinion on every damn thing.
Hey, I want to shout out Shy Wakey. He's been lurking the whole fucking time.
He has been lurking. I appreciate it, my dude.
He's super active in the server. He's great.
Cosmic said, I haven't watched the podcast before. Yeah, that's your fucking first
We
problem
know.
there, bud. We already know that. Thank you.
You piece of shit.
I'd love to be there one day to hang out with these wonderful people.
You're welcome.
How do I say her name? How do I pronounce Ace Desari?
That's how I've been saying it.
Ace Desari? Tell me what the correct pronunciation is of that, so I can say your name correctly without actually like calling you out by your real name.
It's not the problem with lie detector.
Wes got it right. Okay, Ace Desari. You are welcome any fucking time. We do this Saturdays, so you can come. You can come anytime. Seriously.
As soon as COVID says.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Wife of Banana Coat Leader. Sorry, I don't know your name, but I have a question.
We've said it 1,000 times, Cosby.
Her name is Honesty, by the way. Did the sexual assault allegation happen when you were a teen or something? Or if you don't feel comfortable, then I understand. She already said that it was when she was 16.
No,
yeah, then there was an episode of Law & Order Special Victims Unit, and this kid's grandma taught her grandson how to pass the lie detector test by remaining calm. Lie detector tests are very accurate, averaging a 5% margin of error. Yep. Okay. I do my research like usual. Go ahead.
I was actually 13, but I was 16 when I reported it.
Oh, okay.
So.
She didn't want to report it. Yeah. We talked about this. Cosmic just
like, you were still a teen, though. So.
Yeah, but.
Those 3 years are important.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I mean, even still though, like when it comes to like the lie detector test and shit like that, you know, like the Walkie Poo saying that like lie detector tests are very accurate, averaging a 5% margin of error. That's where I said a 90.
We were talking about my age at the time
that you reported
for that reason. Like I don't think that it was too related.
Okay.
Yeah, and the thing I wanted to say about the lie detector test thing is that like that's when they're done accurately. Like when they're taken without biased questions. Like it's all about how the questions and what kind of questions are asked.
Yeah.
So police departments and interrogation rooms are often like that's where the fuck up and the corruption is. Like if you watch Making a Murderer, where that guy totally killed that lady, but like,
damn, I've never seen the show.
But
spoiler,
the kid that like takes a lot of the brunt of the blame and gets like an 8-hour police interrogation, like they manipulate the lie detector test on that to get the answers that they want. And you're right too, where like you can squeeze your butthole tight while you're taking a lie detector test, and that changes your blood pressure, and you can cheat that way.
I didn't know that that's how you do it, but
thank you.
So like,
thank you.
Lie detector tests are accurate when they're done accurately.
I remember that when my wife divorces me. She's like, he spent all his time on video games, and I'm gonna be like, no, I didn't.
Never mind.
And do some butt kegels.
I said, how tight do you?
Are we making another pegging joke here?
I've been squeezing.
Take a nap.
I think that a lot of the things that we talked about tonight were super important. I am extremely sad that I did not record this. Sadly, I did not push record on this. I'm so sorry. But why you have that face, I'm going to reassure you.
It's recording.
No. I didn't record the video. But I'm also... I'm also going to...
Piece of shit.
No, calm down. Listen, I'm going to reassure you as you come at me right now, okay?
Feel me flexing a little bit?
That I can download the video from my Twitch account.
Fucking better.
I can download the video from my Twitch account and I can add it, so it's okay. It's all right. Everything's okay. It's all right. It's okay. It's all right, bud. Chill the fuck out, dude. I can still add the fucking video. It'll still have all the audio and everything else. Like I can download it from my Twitch. I'll do that immediately. Okay, relax, bud.
All right, we got one more question we got to answer before we finish. This.
We do. Okay. I gotta take a bathroom break. LOL. They said you can ask your question. Okay, so my question is, why every time I watch a video or a defund the police protest and they go ask questions, they always end up calling the police to get people asking questions away?
That's, I mean, Well, you'd have to be.
I'm with Apollo, huh?
Well, for one, you're talking about a specific video, which we've already talked about. Like, you can point to video instances back and forth all day supporting either side, and they can be interpreted to support either side. And a lot of the viral videos that you're seeing posted on Twitter and YouTube and all that shit, you gotta fucking watch where those are coming from.
Is it the phone?
I mean,
hell yeah, it took me a second.
It's not the phone.
No.
Well, you're talking about the videos. That's my point, though.
You're
watching a specific type of video.
Your videos are tailored to what you follow. Last question: why isn't Wes leaving his job?
Eventually.
Get enough people to support the podcast and donate. Which, by the way, the podcast does have a we have a Venmo, a PayPal, and a Cash App that is all in our description and everything else that you can donate to. That will help us with continuing to do what we do here. And that will help us leave our job. So if you really want Wes to leave his job, get people to support the podcast. Get
Google
people,
different things. Sorry. Keep going.
Get people to support the Twitch
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And then me and Wes will totally leave our jobs. So once you get enough people to do that, then yeah, we'll do that.
Thank you, Caitlin.
What'd she say? Because it's propaganda,
Did you ever see that picture? I remember in high school that they showed us this picture, and it was like the TV, and then the inside of the TV, it looked like one person was like hurting the other person, but then you zoom out, and it's like, yeah, and it's actually the opposite. So on TV or in media and when using video, if you're not actually there, you don't know what actually happened because they can make it look however they want.
That's a huge thing, and that's another thing where I love Wes and the way that he follows like social media and politics and stuff like that is that he follows both sides. So when I bring up a certain instance, Wes has already listened to like what both sides are talking about and how they're viewing the certain situation, and then I can make those decisions off of like what the information that he gives me, where I'm not a person who follows a lot of those things. And that's an issue on my side for not doing that, but it's also I just don't have the time, and I already know where I kind of stand on certain situations and stuff, but like I just don't have the time to put in my effort, and Wes takes his extra time to do that, so that's why I love having him around.
We can
other than you just being my fucking best friend, and like
of course.
That's not the only reason I have you around. Again, I don't fucking use you for that. It's just a nice perk,
I before we finish up the plugs, there's a pertinent point that we can get deeper into on another episode, but like that metaphor of the zooming super far in to look at a subject to fit a certain perspective, and then always using that as like your backup to fit a narrative, that's easy to do. And the reason that cops get away with murdering people who are innocent, regardless of color, on a day-to-day basis is because that's the way that courts look at those cases.
Yeah.
They don't judge the entire incident. This is written into law. Courts, when police murder somebody, look at the moment that the trigger was pulled and what the cop's thinking would be pulled in the second leading up to that moment that the trigger was pulled. They don't look at the outside circumstances that led up to it.
Yeah.
So in the cases where like somebody's mom was pleading with the cop to not shoot them, that doesn't matter to the court. It matters to the jury, but that's not what gets prosecuted. So looking at things super zoomed in like that is what gets fucking criminals off who murdered innocent people for being supposed criminals.
Or like the cop who shot a dude who was in his car with his wife and his child, and the dude reached.
I don't really want to talk about it.
We don't have to get super into details, but like I said on a future episode, like maybe we can cover that a little bit more, how the justice system is fucked in that way, where like looking at things microscopically and only focusing on videos that support what you believe is going to lead you down a path where you're just going to be in a bubble.
Yeah. No, and that's why I'm, glad to have you and other people in my life that have different opinions. I don't have just people in my life that agree with like one certain way, and I mean, we have friends also who don't necessarily agree with everything that we agree with, but we can at least, discuss those certain things with them and like have certain conversations and come to an understanding. And like, I love that, it's not just one side or the other and then, being hateful towards each other. We can still have a good time and still enjoy each other's company and stuff like that. So I really enjoy that.
I love it.
But yeah, let's get into our plugs and the stream and the podcast and stuff like that. So,
well, if you'd like to know where I am, it's Honesty is a Liar on, I've got Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. So y'all can check that out. And then, oh yeah, you guys too, right?
I'm
She's
Savage.
like, I'm gonna do my plugs because y'all always fucking forget.
I'm Savage Dad West on Instagram, Savage Dad _West, and I'm the editor of the show and technically the producer of the audio form of the show.
Yes, sir.
If you ever read the descriptions, that's me. If you want to hop in the Discord, I manage a lot of that. So hit me up for all that kind of stuff, and you can follow the podcast in Austin at.
You can follow me at Banana Cold Leader on all of my social media now. So my TikTok, my Instagram. You can follow us on Discord. That'll be down in the description. You can follow us on Facebook. God fucking damn it! I did it already. God damn it! I know, dude. It's immediately what my brain went to was bracklets.
Me too.
You can follow us on Facebook at Blue Skies from the Basement. You can follow us on Instagram at Blue Skies Pod. You can follow us on Twitter at Blue Skies Pod. If you want to send an email to us to maybe just like you heard something that we talked about, or you want to tell your specific side of everything, you can send an email to blueskiespodcast@gmail.com.
Yep.
Or you can call in or text us at 614-600-2056. Call in or text at 614-600-2056. What the fuck is wrong with your kid, dude? If you want to check me out on my Twitch and you're listening to this on audio or you're listening to this on Facebook, follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Banana Call Leader. We have merch out there where you can get a whole bunch of shit. There is tapestry, there is, phone cases, laptop cases, there's pillows, there's t-shirts, there's hoodies, there's jackets, there's crew necks, V-necks, like any fucking thing that you want. Go to tpublic.com/BSFTB. That is tpublic.com/BSFTB. And TeePublic is always doing discounts on their shit where it's like 33% off. So you can...
Or more, depending on like if it's a holiday sale. Yeah. They've done up to like 66% sometimes, so pay attention.
Yeah, so pay attention to that. You can get our merch on there. And like, I have a fucking pillow. I've got a hoodie.
I've got stickers all over my car. I've got the pillow too. The stickers are great.
Yeah, we'll get some stickers for sure. Yeah.
Well, I thought mine were going to fade after a couple months because they're not laminated. They're still full color on the back of my car.
Yeah, that's on his car, dude.
I'm just going to put mine on my laptop, so as long as the baby doesn't slobber it off.
No, I mean, shit, his has been rain and snowed on, and nothing. Like, I think we're Gucci. So make sure you check out our merch on that. That really does help us out.
Thanks, Logan.
Who's losing some weight looking good?
That's the one thing I didn't talk about is that I've had itty bitty titties for a long time, and for a while there I had legitty titties, and I'm starting to lose them.
Legitty.
Are you really? Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I'm fucking proud of you, man. Good fucking job, dude.
Is the not drinking all week, I instantly lost like 5 pounds.
Really? Yeah. I think that that's what me and you should do.
Mm-hmm. So if I start drinking and then I stop drinking, I'll lose weight.
Well, if you start drinking, you're gonna gain some weight, and then when you stop,
works.
you'll lose that weight. That's how this works. No, but I really think that me and you should like only drink on the weekends. I think that's definitely a thing that me and you should implement into our lives.
Did you see in the server that I changed me to Village Banana and your Village Banana instead of Village Drunk and Village Piece of Shit?
No, I didn't.
We are now just normal bananas.
I thank you, man. I think I needed that in my life because like. It was kind of following me, you know. I was like,
me too. I was like, I don't want to be the village drunk forever.
And I don't want to be the village piece of shit. I don't think I'm a piece of shit. I mean, I make mistakes. Don't get me wrong. I do make mistakes, but I'm not a piece of shit anymore. Okay.
You're just a piece of banana.
I'm just a piece of banana.
One day you'll be a whole banana. No.
Please make sure to follow our Discord if you do have Discord. Like that's where we're at. If you want to talk to us, if you want to have conversations with us, like we're there. I am an emoji now. You can use that shit on the Twitch. Like that's yeah. So other than that, I think.
Oh, thanks, Apollo.
I think that's all the plugs. Yes, Apollo, thank you so much for hitting that exclamation point Discord. And,
you didn't mention that you're Twitch affiliate now. That's one more thing.
I am a Twitch affiliate now, which is absolutely awesome. So if you do like watching people play like Apex and Warzone and CSGO, and I will broaden my horizons on other games and stuff too, please take your time to go follow my Twitch, twitch.tv/BananaColeEater.
I gave out 4 subscriptions. On Friday.
I seriously cannot thank you enough.
So
dude.
You might just get lucky if you join one of those streams, and I'll hop in there and just gift you a subscription.
There you go.
Yeah.
And if you wait till the very end, I might yell at Austin for being up too. It's fun.
At least it won't be like the dude that we were fucking dude. That shit blew my mind, dude. He was like,
were you there for that?
I wasn't. I walked away. I had him up, but I had walked away because she came home and I was talking to her and everything, but I kept him tabbed up but turned the volume down, and I had my Discord up, and so I went and just happened to look at my Discord, and you were like, yo, and I was like,
the dude forgot his girl's birthday.
How, dude? I was like, what?
She walked in on him and streaming and goes, what the fuck, John? It's my birthday.
So what do you do? Just in the stream right there?
You could see on it. I'm still following this guy. And
you should have clipped it, bro. You should have clipped it.
You
You should have fucking clipped it, dude.
But
he would have deleted the clip, but you should have done it.
They're in the UK, so you hear her accent, and she comes in and like, it's my birthday, and like, I can't do accents, so that's my attempt. So
I'm not even gonna try.
So she walks in and says that, and he immediately, no words, just
and ends the stream. Yeah. Oh my god. What a fucking idiot, dude. I'm sorry, but what a fucking idiot, dude.
I'm still following him, and I hopped in his chat when he was streaming today, and I was like, sup, dude?
At least he's still alive.
Yeah.
I'm sure she was pissed as fuck, though, dude. He got his ass fucking railed for that shit, man.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. Nah, I can't forget my wife's birthday. It's too close to Halloween, bro.
That's what I was thinking when it happened. I was like, well, at least you don't do that. Like, there's bigger things that you could mess up on that she could be mad about. Staying up late is one, but at least you didn't forget her birthday and you're playing fucking Warzone or Apex or something.
No, I'll never forget that. Or our anniversary.
Yeah.
Like, I can't forget my anniversary, bro. Like, that's not going to be a thing. By the way, for people who don't know, my anniversary is 420, so that's a thing. I'll never forget that shit, which is great for me, to be honest with you. Like,
that does work out.
And, yeah. So I really do appreciate everybody out there that has been in the Discord, that has been supporting us, and everybody that's been supporting us through the audio and or on our YouTube or on the Twitch or everything else. Like, I cannot thank you guys enough for all the support that we've gotten from you guys. Like, it means the absolute world to us, and you're really helping us get closer and closer to our dreams. The only thing that I can tell you, our listeners out there, to do is to tell your friends. The best thing that we can get from you guys is word of mouth. You telling another friend to listen to a podcast is better for us than it is for us to go out there and just post it somewhere random. With you, you know, they have that trust with you. So if you think that your friend might like this podcast, or you think that they might like the Twitch, you going out there and telling them is going to help us out tremendously.
Yeah, for sure.
It's that word of mouth that's really going to get us out there. So please, please, please tell your friends, tell your family if you think that they would like the podcast or you think that they would like the stream. Tell them.
Yeah. It's one of those things, too. Oh, well, of course you have more ideas. You've been a huge help, Apollo. But it's one of those things, too, where, like, we just want to have the conversation. And as you can tell from the conversation we had on this podcast, we're open to doing it. So
yeah,
even if, like, you're telling people who you think might not like our podcast, just let them know, like, even if you don't agree with everything that's being said, give it a chance.
Yeah, because we do make a lot of fucking jokes. We try and make it
a little risque.
You know, we make it a little risque.
Uh-huh.
You know, we have some fun and shit. And we always love having new listeners out here. You know, we always like talking and being able to talk to other people. So, you know, we're going to do more things coming up here soon with having callers and stuff like that and being able to have people call into the podcast and things like that. So we're going to do more things with like the giveaways and everything else. There's more to come. There's plenty more to come. Don't think that we're done and like this is all we're doing. Like there's so much more to come. And I was a 24th sub to BSFTB. Hell yeah, Apollo.
On the YouTube.
Hell yeah. But seriously, we love you guys. Thank you so fucking much for listening to this episode.
Yes.
I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, good rest of your night. And yeah, later.
Peace.